Bump, 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 bump. Bashers, Friday, August 1st, 2025. It's August 1st already. The summer's over. Almost. Here comes the heat again, as they say. It's 66 in New York City. I've got my air conditioner on a little bit, just kind of low because it's still very humid here. How is it in your neck of the woods? Starting off with a bang, Andrew Oakwood, Canadian, $20. Oh my God, Andrew. You're the best. Let's get the party started. Oops, too soon. Well, not really, because we're starting now. Be inspired to be a better bastard. Hey, let's be better bastards. Upvote and be kind, subscribe, and become a patron. If you can, enjoy the day. God, I had a coffee and I feel wired like a lunatic. I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's just, I had some Drooby Doo coffee. It does. It's making me feel a little bit kooky. And Dino's in with £4.99, and he says, I have to come to the conclusion that a two-tone Rolex is a poor man's Rolex. Oh boy, full golds all the way. Drew B just putting it out there. Drew B, I don't think Drew B has anything to do with that conversation, does he? No. Drew B do is does he? Does he have a two-tone? He just got, yes, he does, doesn't he? Oh, what's the matter with that? I don't have, listen, I'm not a two-tone guy. I don't think I'm a full gold guy either. I think I'm a steel guy, or maybe white gold or platinum. Yeah, I like the silver stuff. I just don't have a deep enough tan. What's on the wrist? Milgauss tonight. Thank you so much, Dino. We talk about that? I don't know. What are you talking about? Andrew is obviously first in today, and Victoria Heyo. Hello, everyone. How are you? Great to see you in the room. Nice to join us again. Great to see you. It's just been a couple of times for you, but welcome to the Bashers. Oisin will be on in a little while. He's wrapping up Who Needs a Drink. He's showing off Speedmasters because I rearranged my monitors here. I got rid of the third monitor because I didn't use it. So I've got my old computer over here. I've got him on the other side, and he's got his 861 Speedy. Guess you guys are talking about Speedies. Are you not a Speedy fan? I thought you were. I don't get it. Dino, you're not a Speedy fan? Kevin Landon's in number 2 again today. Congratulations to you, buddy. You deserve it because you're always full of sweetness. Best wishes, Dirk, Oisin, and all the bashers. Take care, stay safe, and be good to yourselves. Be good to yourselves. That's the only line I know from that Journey song. That's all I know. That's from that album, Raised on Radio, what everybody hated. Steve Perry kicked everyone out of the band and said, it's my band now. And then later he says, I really never felt like I had enough say in that band. Oh, Steve, what are you saying there? Back to work, boo. So I'll catch the Twin Bill replay when I return home. Okay, well, we're waiting for you, my friend. Give my Bastard of the Day song to Victoria. How wonderful is that? She hasn't had one yet. Victoria, you know how to do that? You send it to basherdirk@gmail.com. I know, Daniel, today was just a very, 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 very busy day. It's ready to go. As a matter of fact, you know what? Why don't I just do that right now? Where is it? Date modified. It would be, do I not have it here? I think I do. I'll get it out to you after the show because I have it ready to go and I just haven't sent it because today's just been a shit show. Got to be careful with my P's and Q's and don't say anything crazy because God knows. It's our first Friday back. We were back last Saturday after the jail sentence, but we're back today. Thankfully, hopefully everything's good. Speed is fine, but accuracy is everything. So I just do that for the whole show. That would be fun, right? Why don't I just do that? Horrible. Please, no unexpected nude photos of anyone famous or infamous tonight. We cannot handle another week away from the eye bashers. Yeah, not only that, that would mean one more strike and I'm out the door. So yeah, I'm going to be very, very careful about stuff like that. Tonight we'll be drinking, though. I will be drinking. It's a pretty newer wine. It's a 2022, and it is a Chateau Rocher-Calon. It's a Saint-Emilion, which I love. I'm a big fan of the Saint-Emilion. Delicious, and I'll wait until the big guy gets in here, and then, we'll have a couple of drinks, talk about what's going on in the world right now. Oh, boy, wait till he shows up. There's a lot of, we're in some heavy duty shit. It's amazing how one guy cannot want people to talk about him in a negative way, so he just throws a million things out there. And now we're talking about nuclear things, and that is very scary to a guy like me. Andrew says he agreed. Archer's here. Hey, Archer. It's been a long time since we rock and roll. Been a long time since we took a stroll. Robert Plant is impossible. Impossible singing. Impossible. Nick B's here, upvoted number 3. Nick B, tell us all about your going to the AD for your friend. I saw that earlier. It looks great. I read through a little bit of the chats. Okay, upvote number 4, then upvote. Hey man, all it is that it means you love the show. It means you love being a part of this little community that we built here. I didn't build it. We built it together. And that's the best part about it. This is a show that is run by you guys. I just host it, as I always say. Looking forward to the weekend. You're taking your friend to the AD tomorrow to choose his Speedy. Well, we could have a whole big conversation about that. He's going to an AD for the AD experience. You know, when you buy a Speedy in the boutique, you're going to pay top dollar. Maybe you might get a little bit of a discount. I don't know. Depends if you can get one. But there are so many Speedmasters out there at such a steal. You know, I guess he's going for the 57, I think was the one he likes, right? Yeah, that's like about 10 grand, that watch. It's quite a pricey chunk. It's a chunk of change. I would imagine that if he decided to get that exact same watch somewhere in the gray, that he would make a substantial amount of savings out of that. What do you guys think? What's the AD experience? Is it worth it? I mean, it can be, I guess. Dave, the king of the Bashers, is here at Fahrenheit 451. He upvoted. Thanks for upvoting, Dave. Fahrenheit 451. You're uncatchable still, even though he's trying to get there. It's impossible. I used to say it was impossible when Roger Federer had like 20 Grand Slam wins, and then look what happened. And I say that Alcaraz will never get there. That's what I say. I can tell already that he's met his match a couple of times. It's definitely happened. So. But you know, Djokovic, Scotty Love, they call him Scotty Love. Live in 16 hours. That's a lot of hours. On tonight's episode, Dirk, the Bastards, and Old Shoe solve the mystery of existence. Why is there anything at all? Or name that tune in 5 seconds, or strike. I wouldn't mind a Speedy. I could save on razor blades. Yeah, having a Speedy makes you feel great, man. It's like being home. Listen, there's a lot of watches in the world, and the 2 biggest watches ever made are the Speedmaster and probably the Rolex Submariner. And then there's everything else. Isn't that really true? Those are the 2 big watches of the world. Yes, there's lots of watches out there, but those are the two Goliaths. They really are. Congratulations to Andrew. Andrew needs congratulating every day. Nick B says at Dave Fahrenheit 451, he's spending his recent inheritance to remember his late mother. Well, that's nice. The 57 is his dream watch. It's a beautiful watch. It's got, listen, it's a waterproof Speedmaster with a date. You can't go wrong. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. Beautiful, beautiful watch. I love the 57. And that's what he wants to do. I'm able to get him you are able to get him a discount. Good for you, man. Steve Mac 3 is here. Number 8 is the new number 1. Yeah, if you say so, it is. And Ray's in at 10, like Big Ben. That's right, Raphael. Danny Gutierrez, hey, Bastards, happy Friday to all, and congrats to Andrew. I have a Speedy, smooth as a kitten. Yeah, because we all remember Speedy Gate, because you know who started that whole thing. And it was acknowledged by the manager of the AD I went to when I did the first Omega in Space. It was completely acknowledged that's and it makes you wonder now about the whole China Gate thing. Is that true? Is Omega Swatch Group, are they farming out their stuff to China to make bracelets and things like that? I hope that they're not doing that. Listen, it's not like they can't make great stuff. They can. They definitely can make great stuff. But it's not quite the same, And there's the big guy right now on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Sheen O'Malley.
How's it going?
Good. It just got started. Just rocking and rolling. I just saw you end your show. I saw you showing a Speedmaster, and then I looked over there, and then you were gone. I was like, oh, wow. The show is over. Look at him in baby blue. Look at him. Now that he's skinny and tanned, he's like, I'm going to wear pink and baby blue, and next he'll be popping out yellow and saffron and wearing all the clothes he's always wanted to wear. Look at that.
Did you see this? Do you notice something? You have to get rid of your banner.
Oh, hold on. Jeez, I've got so many mice on my countertop. Okay. Oh, shit. You're wearing a Panerai. Oh, shit. Look at that. What's the story, Jerry? What's the story here?
on original Panerai burgundy strap.
What is that pornography?
Let me put the light on it.
Yeah, get that in there. Let's all indulge in that thing. Oh, mother of Christ. Or in the shoe business, we'd call that cordovan.
It's cordovan.
Look at that strap. Jesus. Which Pam is that?
514.
Oh, man.
Radiomir.
What's the story with that?
It's a long one.
Well, we got about 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, I'll get a drink and then I'll tell you the story.
I mean, content, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say there. Go get a drink and I'll just talk to the crowd and see who else is in the room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll
Gene says, upvoted, up, down, understands the YouTube algorithm. P.S. Avoid naked photos because that's a no one because who cares? Who cares? Who fucking cares? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. First of all, you've seen one boob, you've seen them all. Whatever. It's amazing to me. Who cares? Top dog. It's Jeff. Now we all know it. Now we have all seen his Playgirl spread. Dean, I always look at the quantity of watches available on Chrono. Yeah, I think that's a smart thing. And if you subscribe, you get to see the market and how it's doing it, what its trajectory is, of losing money. Like this was 17 grand like 2 years ago. Now it's 13 and change. And, I mean, what did it retail for at the time? 9. I always look for the quantity. That's what I'm interested. I want unique. Also get what you like. Who cares? Exactly. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Who cares? I got what I like Speedies and I like the Milgas. And that's really much. I do love Pam's though. Oh God, do I love Panerai. Ooh, and now I know I can wear them because the James M. Thank you, James M. At Nick B. That's awesome. The 57 is great. I love the 50. I've always had a thing for the 57. As a matter of fact, when I first started getting into watches, there was a guy at my bar, Richard, and he used to come in and he had a 57. I said, oh, I love Omega. It's the brand that I would love to have. I love Speedmasters. And I said, oh, that's the one with the calendar. I didn't know what it was. It was the 57. And we talked about the 57 and I really liked it. And then he goes to me, you know what I really want? I want a Milgauss. And I said, what's that? And he goes on his phone. This is 10 years ago at my bar. And he shows me a picture of this really weird Rolex with a green crystal on it. And I was like, ooh, I hate Rolex and I love that watch. That's the story. All right, so spill it. I'm going to open up a bottle of, it's young. It's young. It's 3 years old. It's a Chateau Rocher Calon Saint-Emilion.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, you've had it. It's $40. So freaking, it's but hey, you know what it is? It's French.
Hey, I'm jealous.
You've had plenty of great French lately. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Everybody was telling me, oh my God, did you see Sheen's stream at the Cipriani? I was like, I haven't watched it. Yeah, so I watched it.
I can't believe you didn't watch that stream. That's like made for you.
No, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, you cunt.
Oh, you watched it?
I did, but I was like, were you not drinking there?
Well, then you didn't watch the stream.
The one where you guys, who is that guy, the big teddy bear guy?
That's Giovanni, lovely guy.
Is this did I get it wrong? Did I not see what I was supposed to see? Tell me what I don't understand what I missed.
You didn't see what you were supposed to see.
Well, maybe really
I've been doing a lot of streams lately, so
maybe
I'm in the piazza. I'm in the piazza barfing on like I always do.
Okay.
And somebody in the audience goes, "Hi, I'm at the Cipriani having drinks by the pool. You should come over." And I said, "Are you serious? Are you for real?"
I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, and I go along and I just jump in. You should just watch it. I jump in a cab. Next thing I'm at the Cipriani having drinks. Dude, their wall of fame.
I saw that.
It's not even funny.
I know it was like Donald Sutherland and everyone.
De Niro and literally everyone.
Well, they all stay there.
Yeah, and I was leaving in the rain hours later after drinks.
How unromantic.
And all hotels hand you an umbrella. but there's another thing getting a chip umbrella.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, I live in the area. I can drop it back tomorrow. And the guy goes, keep it. It's fine.
Keep it.
Dude, look at it.
Can I see the Cipriani?
Look at it. Leather strap, leather. Look at the handle. All leather.
It looks Hermes.
Bellini.
It's
coloring.
Bellini pink.
It's
pink peach nectar.
This is a $300 umbrella, man. You can't buy them from Cipriani, so you can only find them on eBay.
You can only go to the Cipriani. Make sure next time, this is for the words of the wise. Next time you go to the Chip, make sure it's raining.
Raining when you
and
leave.
Don't have an umbrella.
Yeah, when you leave, because obviously if you're just going out to dinner, you got to bring it back. But make sure you're leaving for the airport and it's pissing rain, and then you get yourself a fucking Chip umbrella. So at least I got that, because the drinks were crazy money. But it was worth it. It was fucking great.
You know, it's funny because everybody said you got to see it. You got to see it. So I guess I breezed through it a bit because it's long. And then I didn't see drinks. So what were you drinking there?
We started with Lagavulin, and then we moved to Middleton, Irish.
Oh, you're drinking whiskey. That's probably why I didn't know. I thought you'd be drinking some country
and he had cigars ready.
Oh, Jesus.
He had a pack, like some nice big chunky cigars ready. And he was a sweetheart. He's from Greece. He's a child psychiatrist, and he works in Belfast. And he's the sweetest guy I've ever met. And we sat there having whiskeys and cigars. And I went back the next day because he wasn't leaving till 7 in the evening. So I went back the next day for lunch. We had lunch at the same bar, and I saw the falconer with her falcon.
Oh shit, you
did.
The
famous falcon.
Well, you sent the picture of that lady.
Yeah.
She's
standing there with the bloody thing. I was like, wow, it's real. I heard about it. I'd never seen it.
They're amazing creatures.
I was like, well, she just has to guard the people from seagulls all day with this thing. And a seagull came down and landed in the pool. The pool, by the way, is the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Seen the pool in pictures. It's ginormous. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And one lands down the pool, and she just walks out, and the falcon does a little bit of this and gone. Seagull's like, I'm out of here. I'm not hanging around.
Oh man, could you imagine?
Here. That thing will just murder me in a second.
So does that mean that you're going to get a falcon now?
Yeah, that's what I need.
You should get one
from
a falcon
right here on the window.
I think Paul's dad's apartment every year. I told you these falcons come to his fire escape, and they have 3 babies every March. So Paul's dad's got like these unbelievable pictures of them building the nest, that the husband and the wife, and then they had put the eggs in, and they're friendly. They let him feed him and everything. They trust Paul's dad.
There she is.
Oh, look at that.
She's just guarding. You have to wait for her to start again because it's Instagram. It was in the rain. This was the following day. They sent us over to the corner because we were smoking cigars. They were like, you can't smoke next to the guest, but we'll put you over there. Look, she looks kind of like a falcon herself. She's a weird looking girl.
Well, she's probably got behavior that the falcon likes. Yeah. There's probably a protocol for you to be a falconer.
Look at that pool.
Oof.
It's a monster.
It's ginormous. I don't think, are there any other pools in Venice? I don't think so.
There's one on the top of the Stucchi.
Oh, that's right. But it's kind of like a lap pool.
Yeah, it's a thing for the kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids or for you to
top dog a pet falcon for him fits him perfect.
Yeah, because he hates.
I need a pet falcon.
You hate all those birds, so you know what? You'd get one of those and keep them away from you forever. You know what you do? You bring it with you when you're having lunch in the piazza, and they'll just stay the fuck away.
Sit on my shoulder while I'm drinking spritz. Excellent idea. I'm totally down for that now.
Gallery with €20. Thank you so much. Let's see those first lady assets again. Never again.
Never again.
Never again, baby.
Nice
We've learned our lesson well. I had to turn the air conditioning off because it's hot. It got so hot in here.
No,
it's not hot here today.
It's super cool and lovely here right now.
66 today, but it's humid.
I was in the piazza earlier this evening with Patricia Teague.
What?
Yes, she's here in Venice, and I went and I had a spritz with her. It was
How
delightful. Yeah, she
wonderful.
gave me a bottle of wine as a gift and everything.
Oh, Patricia,
Yeah,
one
she
of the
was super.
best
Yeah, she
ladies
was
of the
so nice.
bash. Who is number one? How great is that? We
Hmm.
always have to celebrate the ladies, always, because you know what? They're all the ladies. Our ladies are the best, man. We have the best chicks ever. They're into
So
watches and all kinds of cool stuff.
yeah, she showed me her collection. She didn't bring a watch to Italy because she was, it's a big long trip. She's gone through different countries. But is that rain? Oh my god, the rain just came out of nowhere.
Oh,
Shocked me.
That is surprisingly excellent.
Yes, I'm just loving the cool, fresh air, but I know it's going to get ridiculous next week.
It's been 195. It's Turkish steam bath. It has been, you could fry an egg. There's a famous expression in New York that you could fry an egg on the sidewalk. Well, you could. It was, I'll never forget, many years ago, we're up at our friends in Connecticut, Kate and Carl, and we took an egg. It was so hot that day. It was like 103 degrees. And what we did was we put it on the concrete. You know what it did? It didn't cook.
It needs to be a lot.
It was hot,
to Dubai for that shit, or Izmir or something. Gallery again, $5.
Hey, Gallery.
Emirates sells first class seats for Falcons. Separate seat just for the one bird. Wow.
First class.
People going around with Falcons? Is this a thing? Is this a thing I missed that I should be into now?
Okay, guys, you heard it here first.
Yeah, it's the genesis of a whole new.
He's going to be walking around with a falcon now.
Falconeer in Venice, just fucking intimidating everyone.
A couple of weeks ago, when David's falcons left the nest, which they do, and he gets very sad, and because you get attached to them, I started watching YouTube clips on birds, and then for some reason it started feeding me bald eagle clips, and I have to say, man, that is a majestic bird.
Oh yeah,
and it is so different from any other bird, and the way they look at you too. These birds are so highly intelligent.
Yeah, they go like this. They go,
yes,
like that.
And they stare at you, and you know what they're thinking.
Yeah,
but when you see the I don't know what the correct word is for a person that handles bald eagles, but the eaglers, I guess falconers have a name, but the way these people are so in tune with them, they are massive birds.
The golden eagle is also an incredible bird, and of course the biggest of the lot. What's the?
Well, I don't know.
The biggest one of the lot is the what is the name gone out of my? I feel like saying Alcatraz. That's not it. Somebody help me. What's the biggest one?
The biggest bird in the world?
Albatross.
Oh, is the albatross the biggest bird in the world?
7 foot, 8 foot.
What?
The albatross? Absolutely.
It just makes me think, one after one by the star, dog, and moon, too quick for grown nose.
Their wingspan is 8 foot in some cases.
Is that right? Well, they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's the biggest bird.
Great cocktail. Jim Patterson. Oh, emu.
Oh, the emu is the biggest bird, but that doesn't fly. It's walking around.
Yeah, those are like.
I'm talking about the flyers.
How interesting.
Emu is like a big chicken.
Emu is like a big chicken. Chickens are birds too.
I guess.
They are, isn't that? Imagine being a bird that can't fly. How sucky. Now, penguins can't fly either.
No, they're technically birds. They're fascinating as well. We all know. Very fascinating. Wow, the rain's really coming down.
Look who's here.
So great.
It's Mikey L. We have Harris hawks in Arizona. They usually hunt in groups of 2 or 3 at a time. Wow. Oh, hey, Michael.
Charles says the condor is the largest flying bird.
Oh,
or it was the albatross.
Mart says the American harper is the biggest eagle in the world.
Hey, Siri. What is the largest flying bird?
The Andean condor.
The condor, Andean condor.
To be the largest flying bird in the world, living in the South American Andes Mountains. This answer is from worldatlas.com.
There you go. It's the condor.
Look at Daniel Gutierrez. He nailed it.
He nailed it.
I don't know if you Googled it, but You nailed it anyway.
Google.
Matthew Jones says, "Hey, what a great shot, Matthew Jones. What's the Pam story, guys?" Okay.
So, you know, I had that gorgeous Pam ages ago that you guys were like, that's your watch. I
Yeah.
even made a video saying that's my watch. Well, that thing was a little pricey, and it came through Frollo's store, and he was like, this is for you. This has your name written all over it.
Mhm.
And it was one of 1,000 pieces. You know how some of these brands, they do a limited edition, but it's like 1,000, not 50, not 8.
Omega.
Yeah, Omega. Yeah. And oh my god, this rain is nuts.
I hear it.
And yeah, it's wild. It's monsoon vibe. So it was gorgeous, and Bridget Nielsen was once the biggest bird. She's a big bird.
She's a big
She's
bird.
like 6'3", that girl.
She's a giant bird.
So
That's brilliant.
I had one gripe with that watch, and that is that it had this big bulbous crystal on it, big plastic, thick crystal. And, you know, I like a watch to be as flat as possible, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did some investigating, and it turns out that it is a kind of, it's a kind of a re-edition of an old looking thing, but it's based on this watch. This is the 514, and this has seconds and a date, like small seconds and a date, and it's got a flat, almost flat crystal. It's not fully flat, it's a bit domed, but it's nothing like the other one. So I kind of got into the 514, and it was a fair bit more affordable, and I got very interested, and I started searching. Anyway, I came across one with a burgundy strap, and I was like, oh shit, that's sex. And I put it in my favorites list on Chrono, and I'd watch it all the time. And I was like, oh, should I, shouldn't I, blah, blah, blah. That was during when I was in the States, actually. That's while I was over there, and I saw you. And then one day I checked it again, and it was gone. Someone bought it. And I could not, for the life of me, find another one with the burgundy. I mean, the real burgundy from Panerai.
Yeah,
Because
the real
there
one.
are other third parties who try attempt it, but they don't. It's not like the real one. And so I reached out to the guys there in Germany. These guys, Zeito Aktion, and I said, "Listen, can you, if the person decides if they pull out of the sale, because sometimes people purchase and then they cancel." Let me know, or if they send it back or whatever, let me know, because I just can't find another one just quite like that. And they said, okay. And they said, I'll tell you, they said, we'll find you one if you want. It might take some time, but if you want to send us a deposit. And I did. And I almost forgot about it. And dude, I just got a new one. I just got this fucking thing.
I know.
The other day. And then I just heard from the other day going, oh, by the way, we found you a beautiful minty one, full set, barely worn, barely touched, minty, gorgeous. You want to go ahead? And I went, well, fuck it, I guess. And it came this morning.
Oh,
wow. I swear to God, I opened the box and I gasped. It's hard to show you how sexy this watch is. You want to see the loom, though, don't you?
Yeah. I want
that's
you to
what you always
zoom
on
in. Well, Panerai loom. There ain't no loom like a Panerai loom. That's for sure. Because
it's beautiful without it.
Yeah.
Well, let me loom it for you. It's sick. Samurai style.
Swish. Oh yeah, I mean that's just not even funny. That's the watch. That's the one. Now, is that a 46?
47.
47.
47 mils for me, baby. Always.
Yeah. 47. That's a bit.
Yeah, it's a big watch. But hey, I can do it.
That's the, what model is that? The 504?
514.
514.
PAM 514.
And then
it's also beautiful on a dark brown, like shiny high gloss brown strap as well.
Yeah, but you can't beat that though.
Yeah, the burgundy
that's
is just
the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy.
so me.
It's so you. That
Yeah.
actually, we've always said that though. We always thought that probably suited you more than
Than
it's time.
anything.
Yeah, probably
That and
yeah,
AP. That and
yeah,
AP just are me. That's it.
yeah.
Do I
mean-
need to sell this now? I have it a week. I don't even have it a week. Don't even have it 1 week.
Let me ask you a question though. Are you madly in love with it?
Yeah.
All right. I don't. Somehow, like if I said, "Hey, you dating that girl Sally? Are you
it's
madly in love with it?" And you went,
It's
"Yeah."
10 times the price of this.
You know, I
the
know
market,
it is,
market
yeah.
price of this is less than the retail, like all pound.
Jim Patterson
10
said,
times.
the joke on that Panerai is when you punch somebody, they'll see the watch. That's pretty great. Yeah, that's true. That's beautiful. Anelius and More Bird Talk says the wandering albatross is generally considered the largest flying bird in the world by wingspan. I guess there's lots of different ways you could look at it. Look how small that looks.
I'm talking about wingspan.
God, it looks like you're wearing like a watch from the 40s now. It looks so small on you. Look at that.
40 mil.
I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it looks
You want to see the
teeny
limb
tiny.
on this fucker?
Yeah,
So
sure.
like
It's going to be
you
chromalite.
you
So,
love
yeah. I mean, I'm not as big a loom whore as I used to be. It used to be like my
really?
everything. Yeah, I
It
mean,
used to be your everything.
I don't even have a loom flashlight anymore. I gave them all away. The last one I gave to your brother. Because I always carried one because I used to go, oh, look. I'd loom other people's watches. We can't see the loom that well in this lighting.
No, in this lighting, sorry.
Unfortunately. It's a beautiful piece.
Mm.
I mean, that's a mortgage on a house, and the other one is your watch,
Right.
That's a whole other kind of shebangy there.
I gotta go check the windows on the other side of the house and make sure that
you're not getting rained upon.
Yeah, because if the rain's coming down straight, I'm good. But if it's not, I think it's coming down straight. But I gotta go check.
You never know. Go check. I mean, I like the gold watch. I'm not a gold watch fella myself yet, if ever, but that Pam for sure, man. Holy mackerel. Nick B says the other benefit of the 47 Pam is that if you get bored, you can play frisbee with it. Listen, that loom on, nobody's got loom like that because of that sandwich style. It's the craziest thing ever. Ticking Time says, when is a limited edition not a limited edition? That's the problem, because you'd buy some Speedmasters or some Omegas and it says one of 2,676. I mean,
yeah, that's not cool. If it's under 500 pieces, I would say it's limited.
Yeah, I would say so. Mm-hmm. Everybody's asking if Brigitte Nielsen was ever really with Flava Flav. Somebody said no. That was a publicity. Eddie said no. It was a publicity stunt. You think? But you never know, man. You never know who people go for. Isn't it crazy? Especially in the celebrity world. Like all of his favorite girls are all married to schlubs. Like Kate Blanchett. Her husband's such a schlub.
Oh God, that depresses me every time I see that guy. That guy better be the best fun at the party and tell the best jokes and all of that. And he better have a 15-inch dick because
he makes her laugh.
He makes her laugh. Yeah,
that's half the battle. They have a very happy marriage. I know, doesn't it infuriate you?
Yes. And Desi Liddick is married as well with a kid.
Who?
Desi Liddick.
No idea who that is.
Google DESI.
Okay.
And then second name LYDIC, I think it is. She's on the Daily Show. She's my big crush of mine.
Well, then I know who she is. I just don't know what she looks like.
But she's married. I'm like, I don't want to see the husband. I don't know who.
Oh yeah, her. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
oh dear God.
Oh Lord.
She has a smoky eye, man. It's beautiful.
He looks emo.
And she's super fucking. Oh, you're looking at her. I don't want to see her husband. I don't want to see. No spoilers. No, I just don't want to see it. I just
She's cute. I'm not putting any pictures up because I'm afraid to.
Yeah, he'll never put a picture up again. Just put pictures of watches and that's that.
Ray with €2. So radioactive wasps found on an old nuclear test site. I hope it's not the current nuclear test site. Did you hear what Trump did today?
I heard a lot of things that he did today.
He sent 2 nuclear submarines off the coast of Russia just in case.
Oh, God.
Because
Here we go.
Because Medvedev said something and he didn't like it.
Did he insult his wig?
No, he said the U.S. should always remember we're a nuclear power. And he thought that meant something. But also Epstein. And
Russia have more nukes than America.
Oh,
they're not more
sure
powerful, but they have more nukes. Do not get into a war with Russia. That's the end of the world.
Oh, yeah.
As we know it.
Yep. And today, the Public Broadcasting Corporation, the CPB, closed shop today. So PBS, NPR, all the public broadcasting networks are in a tailspin because their major funder through, public funding because of
he doesn't care about them anyway.
Well, no, he just at this point in the game, are we now talking about willful ignorance? Is that what it is? Willful ignorance?
That's what they voted for.
Right. So now, for anybody who did vote for Donald Trump, now that he's silencing anyone who has an opinion other than his, what does that remind you all of?
There's a meme going around everything, social media. People going, that's not what I voted. This is not what I voted for. And then it cuts to Pulp Fiction with Samuel L. Jackson going, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, yes, you did.
That's exactly what you voted for. He didn't hide what he wanted to do. No. You voted for it. Now, here we go.
Stop talking about communists, people. You're living in it.
Yeah, without good parts.
Yeah, right. Don't talk about dictators. You voted for one. That's
he did slap the tariffs on, and I was talking about the Swiss got 39%. So watches from Rolex and from other Swiss brands at retail are going to go up significantly.
Sure.
And also in the gray market, because the gray market guys are going to use that as an excuse to push their prices, of course, because they'll use any angle they have. And so now prices, I've already seen prices go up on Chrono 24 significantly.
Really?
And that was always the other way around. Like America was always lower prices slightly, but then you had to factor in shipping and insurance and, whatever custom fees you might incur and so on. So it all kind of came out as much of a muchness. Now it's the other way around. It's like buying it from the USA is more costly. The initial price is more costly. That's the first time that I've ever seen that since I've been in the watch hobby. It's upside down.
Travis says, was Kamala a better alternative? Travis,
no, probably not. Travis.
Anyone was as a better alternative than Donald Trump. Anyone.
Yeah, it's choosing between a shit sandwich and a puke sandwich.
Right, but she would have been benign when it comes to silencing the public.
Well, she certainly wouldn't have had people arrested at court when they're trying to get their papers.
She wouldn't be building concentration camps.
Alligator.
No, there would have been none of that stuff. So we're talking about human rights violations now. She wouldn't have done that. I hate her. I can't stand her.
Yeah, however, I don't like her either. Yeah.
However, I mean, if you have to pick your poison,
got a bunch of bad choices,
I mean, it was very bad choices, but one is, picking a Putin wannabe versus what would you call her? A Clinton wannabe? What would you call her?
Yeah, probably.
So no. So anything was better than them. We're fucked, man. We're fucked. We're so fucked. This is not the United States of America. When the voice of the people are with the scandals, with all the crap that he's been involved in, and everybody being silenced. I mean, listen, when you have your rights taken away from you, that's not the United States of America. I don't know.
By the way, they definitely sent down that ambassador to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell to offer her a deal.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's got so much shit on everybody.
People are like, oh, they threatened to kill her. No. They offered to give her a pardon, which is now what they're talking about doing, in order to shut up. They're like, you can sit out your 20 years, or you can do what we say yes, it was a big sex ring, but Donald Trump was just on the plane and he just ate food all day while we all had sex in the next room and he didn't partake in any of it. And then we'll give you a pardon. Absolutely. If you don't believe that, there's something wrong with you,
Yeah. I started to watch, Paul hates Kamala Harris more than he can't stand her. And I started to watch her on Colbert. I guess it was last night's. And, she's got this annoying rehearsed way about her.
Who, Kamala?
Yeah. It's just like,
it's terrible.
It's so obvious and so blah. But
she couldn't answer a question coherently, but neither can Trump.
Neither
could Biden. Nobody can answer a question coherently.
None of them do. They all suck.
Now, AOC is full of shit, which we all knew.
I hate her.
We all knew. I feel like her heart is in the right place. I always said that.
I think she's an idiot. I think that's
I always thought like she just got lucky and got in.
Yeah.
And now she was all about Palestine, and then she voted to keep funding Israel. The IDF and so on, and the whole left are like, I'm like, yeah, of course, because she kind of has no ideas of her own. I don't like any of them. You should never get moist over a politician, by the way, ever in your life. Unless it's fucking Che Guevara.
Did you?
But he was a revolutionary. There's a difference between. No, but you shouldn't get all politicians are shitheads on all sides.
Fucking
shite
meisters.
On all sides.
It takes an incomparable ego to run for office. So the first thing you have to remember, anyone who runs, because the dead are the days of public life where I want to serve, I want to make a difference. Those people.
Let's see. Ghislaine ain't getting a pardon. Might get a reduced sentence or something. She's getting a reduced sentence. When it's probably going to be like a day before he leaves office, if he ever fucking leaves office, which I highly doubt. Then she'll get it'll be waived. What do you think? You think they're not going to? She is the number one threat. If anyone gets her in front of a judge, in front of a jury, in front of the prosecution, publicly, she can spill the beans on absolutely everything. She was there for all of it. She saw what Trump did to those girls. She did it. She saw everything. She's a massive, massive threat, but she's sitting in there for 20 years. There's a reason why she's in there for 20 years.
That's why he did.
Or he's in Tel Aviv right now with a new nose.
Oh, well, that could be. Do you know?
I totally think that, by the way. People think he was assassinated. He was snuck out. That's what I think. I think he was snuck out, and the story leaked that he had committed suicide, and he got on a private plane, and he's at the Temple Mount right now.
Well,
that's what I believe.
You are well aware of the fact that Israel has a right to return policy, and they harbor pedophiles, and there's no jurisdiction, there's no extradition policy.
The reason why is because if you can claim to be Jewish, that supersedes everything else.
Yes.
So if you run from the United States and you have a conviction for pedophilia or whatever, you can find asylum in Israel. So there's tons of pedos walking around.
We watched a documentary last night on there's this group called Israel Watch. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember the exact name, but it's a group of people that go and find these undercover pedos that left the United States for their right to return and are living life. There was this one guy that had diddled a bunch of little girls, and what did he do? He went to Israel. He was living life, and then he got busted twice over there for doing it.
Yeah.
And of course, he had the cast on when the cops got him, and he couldn't move. He's like 38 years old. Everybody always feigns. Everybody comes in with the cane and the neck brace, and it's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's very true. He could be there. That could have been the deal. Get the fuck out of here. We'll say you're dead. Maybe he's not dead.
I would have no. Somebody's asking for evidence, Patterson. I have no evidence. I'm just, we've all been. most of the crowd are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. We've all been around the block. We can read shit with our eyes closed. We can take an educated guess. That's my educated guess. I could be proven wrong.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's fact. I'm not saying I have info. I'm just putting the pieces together. I'm figuring it out. And, you know, somebody gets into a car, twisted drunk, I will make an educated guess that they might have an accident. Maybe they won't, but I'm making an educated guess. It's the same fucking thing, you know.
Don Johnson, which, by the way, that might be one of the greatest names I've ever seen on here. It's impossible to commit suicide. They won't even let you keep your shoelaces. He was on suicide watch. And what was the verdict on how he committed suicide? Bed sheet?
Yeah, like he tied it around his neck or whatever.
It's very, very, very hard.
I don't believe it. Too many powerful people. Fucking Dershowitz was probably already working and getting him out. There's no need to kill himself.
He would never do something like that.
No, I don't think he needed to. He had too many powerful people. Oh, Dershowitz? Yeah.
He would never do that. Alan
Yeah.
Dershowitz? He would never do that. Eddie says his bank account is still active. Well, I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, people have been saying that, and they're saying it's his brother moving money around. I've heard about that.
Why would, when somebody dies, their bank accounts are supposed to be frozen by the bank until all that escrow and all of that stuff happens, you know, because, you know, people's estates go into probate unless, of course, you have it in certain kinds of trusts and things like that. But his bank account should no longer, anybody who's dead should not have an active bank account. And I know that because when my mother-in-law died and I was helping out my father-in-law, I called a bank that we didn't know that Julie had an account in, and I called and I explained the situation. She said, I have to close this bank account. You understand that right now, right? I said, go ahead, close it. And she said, and then, you know, here's what you have to do, what her husband has to do. And I said, okay, fine, we'll do that. But they closed it immediately when they found out she was dead.
Well,
so, I mean, he shouldn't have a bank account under his name, you know?
John Doe, Epstein worked for Mossad. That would mean Israel owns America right now. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Well, they've owned them for a long, long time, if you ask me. Are you kidding me? That's why Netanyahu can walk into Congress, address Congress without the permission or invitation of the President of the United States. He can just walk in and address Congress, and they'll all stand up and applaud on both sides of the aisle. By the way, so don't.
Well, that's not for much longer.
You think?
I think it's over.
Tides are turning. You think it's over?
I think it's over. I think everybody's tired of it.
You know, a pig squeals and fights the loudest and hardest in the moment they're being slaughtered. So you can expect the worst because they're not going down without a fight, and they have nukes. You know how they got their? Do you know how they got their nukes? By the way,
yeah, they got it from us.
No, they actually got them from Germany.
Really?
They got their uranium in the late 50s. This is what happened. Germany were shipping uranium down under Spain through the Gibraltar Straits, right?
Yeah.
To be shipped elsewhere for something else. And the ship was intercepted by Israeli ships and hijacked and sent off. And the whole story was that it was hijacked. But it turns out that actually Germany told them to hijack it. Germany have been in cahoots. And they took all that uranium, and that was the beginning of Dimona. And that's why John F. Kennedy had big questions. And he wanted it surveilled, and he wanted aerial photos. They covered over the area in the aerial photos and so on. And he kept pressing the issue. 3 months later, boom, in the car in Dallas. Do the math.
Wow.
Sorry. I've been saying it for years. You kidding me? Of course.
Germany, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Germany.
How the tides had turned.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Germans have been apologetic, ever since they tried that shit. So
it's amazing, though, how many Germans got off the hook, though. It's amazing that Germany still stands.
Yeah, and they all fucked off to Argentina.
Yeah, they all fucked off to Argentina.
That's kind of fact Adolf. At this point. That's not. Yeah, that's not even a conspiracy. That used to be conspiracy theory. That's not really conspiracy theory anymore. That's kind of exactly where they all went and flourished and lived.
Yeah. Clinton will have her done when he can. Well, they've done it before.
Yeah.
I don't think those two have a problem with calculated assassinations. I don't think that they care.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitewater. We're in hot water, man. It's really not good. That's why Europe's looking really good to me right now.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Oh, did you ban somebody? Did somebody get banned today? Ooh, I see that. Ooh, shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Just talking shite.
Talking shite. Don't talk shite. Let's have proper discourse on this show. Let's do that. It's more fun that way when we can go back and forth and talk about stuff. You listen, I listen, he listens, we all listen. And we're better for it. Better to know other people's opinions and sides. And then you know what you're dealing with, isn't it? Isn't it way better that way? A few went to Brazil. A lot went to Brazil, Mike Lewis. Tons of them. Uh-oh, look who's on the show. John Doe. Oh, did he? I didn't see something. Did he say something earlier? Oh, if Epstein worked for Mossad, that would mean Israel owns America right now.
Yeah, that's the one I pulled up.
There. Oh, you did? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
What was I doing when you did that?
Referring to previous comments, the reporter recently said he interviewed Epstein, and during the interview, Epstein took photos out of a safe with Trump.
I saw that.
And naked young girls. The FBI have the photo. That's not even a hidden fact. There's a big story. Yeah, there's a big story about all of that stuff.
I want to see the pictures, though. I'm so tired. Can I just say how tired I am of all the shows, the Young Turks and Mockler and all those guys speculating. I'm tired of it. Just, I want action. I want real stuff. Otherwise, don't bother me because, we could all say,
will it make a difference, though? It's all AI. They just did it with AI.
No, I want to see handcuffs, man. I want to see, shit go down. I'm just so tired of this.
We rarely see real shit go down.
Nah.
When we want it. It's a rare thing. It's a rare thing.
I don't know.
9/11 was one of those moments when shit actually really went down. As horrific as that day was, and I was there. You actually saw actual stuff really go down. But then a lot of stuff goes down and it goes under the radar. Depends what the press wants to report on. You know what I mean?
I mean, we were eyewitnesses to that shit. So
well, yeah, but it's people will have you believe that October 7th was the worst thing that ever happened in recent years. Meanwhile, there was way worse shit that was happening in the region for ages. They just didn't report on it.
It was just a reaction. That's, it's a people don't realize it was a reaction to shit that had been going on for a long time.
Exactly.
And I always explain to people that why do you think the IRA ever existed? Why do you think because, desperate people do desperate things. Why is there why does Palestine go through them? Why? Because they were desperate. They needed somebody who wouldn't take anybody's shit
to represent them.
Yeah, that's why do you think martyrs are made? Why do you think if we keep sticking our fucking face in everybody's business and deposing everybody and doing all this shit, eventually people get mad. You piss a dog off long enough, they're gonna bite you.
They're going to bite you, and then don't say, oh, well, now I have to put him down because he bit me. No, well, maybe think twice about putting the dog down. You poked him with a stick for a long time. It's pretty normal he might bite you.
Andrew with $20. I want results, not excuses. Upvote now. It only takes a moment. Upvote now if you can. Yay. We could talk about other shit if you guys want. It's fine. I mean, I just right before the show I saw that the nuclear submarines were headed over there, and I was like, do we really want to poke the bear like that?
No.
First of all, I know that he's so upset about Epstein and all that shit right now,
so he's trying to distract.
He's throwing so many smoke bombs out. Many.
Let's arrest Obama and blah blah blah.
Oh, I know, so many things. It's just ridiculous. Can anybody's ego be that fragile that they'd be willing to risk the entire planet Earth than have somebody find out that you diddle girls on some guy's plane?
Well, we know he has a fragile ego. I don't think anyone on any side would argue with that.
But would you sacrifice the whole world for that? The whole world. not people, not dogs, not cats, but trees and oxygen and
Depends on
the,
how
the
you feel
planets.
about other people. It depends on your compassion level. I mean, think about it. You
Well,
know, if you're going to lie
sociopaths don't have
about,
compassion.
yeah, if you're going to lie about prostitutes that you've paid off and blah blah blah, all these other things, maybe you're capable of it. I mean, think of, let's go back to the Dead Zone, you know, the old movie with Christopher
Stephen King
Walken,
book.
Stephen King book, and the Christopher Walken movie, you know, and Martin Sheen's character, my destiny, you know, gentlemen, congratulations, the missiles are flying, it's my destiny. You know, some people get fucking crazy on their own sauce. You know what I mean? You have a lot of compassion. You're the kind of guy who'll find a stray cat in the street and take it in. Some people will just drive past. Most people will drive
I don't
by
think
that
most
cat.
people would. I don't think most people would. You'll be
Okay.
like, he's
We
on
have
his terrain. He's having a
we-
great time exploring his world.
No, I think, well, there's a difference there in our world's view. You think most people would stop and pick up the cat. I think most people would pass the cat.
But I'll rephrase that. I think most people should.
Oh, should. Oh, that's different.
I think that they should. I think people should care about, you know, go out.
Oh,
of their
should
skin
what? Pick up the cat?
Yeah, they should pick up the cat.
Oh, yeah. We know. I know that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know that I think most people should too. I'm not talking about should.
Yeah.
Should is a very different word than would.
Yeah.
I think most people would. You know,
I mean, in
the
my
same way as people get very involved in their phone or their book or whatever, their newspaper that they're reading when a homeless person passes them on the subway going, please give me some money. And they just kind of look down and pretend they're deaf or whatever.
I do that sometimes.
Most people do that most people do that with poor animals on the street left for dead.
I size up people. Listen, you know that because we've been friends for so long and we both lived in New York together for so long. I had that instance where I gave that one guy $5 every single day of my life on my way to Rio. And then I saw him on the news and he was like, I babysit my neighbor's dog and I go get enough money for smack.
Oh, you felt ripped
and
off.
I was just like, and so now I still give money to people who
it's still good that you
assess
did
them.
it. Yeah, but it's more about what you do. I had this conversation recently with a good friend. It's kind of, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do, whether he was ripping you off or not, the end result, whatever. The good thing was that you put your hand in your pocket and gave. And that marks you as a man.
Yeah.
And never mind what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same. And this is a right turn here. And anyway, Andrew, I didn't mean to do that. And, you know, I'm just because the conversation's getting juicy. But like, you know, the way we've talked about this a million times when you go out, right? When you go out or when you're doing a thing with a bunch of gang of people and then the bill shows up, right? You know who's going to stick their hand in their pocket, and then you know who probably won't. And then you probably know who won't be invited to that next outing. You know what I mean? Because when I see people do that, and I'm just like, and I know there's a couple of people on my list who I will not go out with anymore because it's just absurd to me that anybody, when you're out with your friends and you're enjoying a thing, or even if there's a new person you've never met before, who gives a fuck who had what? Who cares when people itemize with, well, I only had the blah, blah, blah. Well, like,
I only had the salad.
I only had the salad. Well, you know what? You're a cheap cunt, and I'll cover your salad now. Just never darken any.
As long as they're just being a cheap cunt, because some people are struggling for money.
No,
they want to be social, so they feign a smile in front of everyone, but in the background they're struggling to pay their rent.
Right.
And they're like, shit, everyone else is enjoying a steak. I'd love a steak too, but I better just have the salad because I'm really broke.
Sure.
That can happen. But
and we would want them
not
to
what
have
you're
that steak,
talking
wouldn't
about.
you? I would. I'd want them to. I'd be like, no, get the steak. The steak.
If I was sitting next to them, I'd be like, no, go ahead, get the steak. Don't worry. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you need to be aware. And some people,
but
they're ashamed.
If you know somebody well enough, you could probably sniff that out. You know.
Yeah, if you know them well enough.
You know what I mean.
So
like
there's two other kinds of individuals, kind of at the opposite ends of what you're talking
sure.
about.
There's the
Okay,
cheap
and
cunts, and then there's the people that
no, but let me tell you, there's the people who get up and go to the bathroom conveniently when the check is arriving, so they're not there, and they get back to the table and go, so where's my wallet? And they go, oh no, we already took care of it. Oh, well, thanks. And then they avoid. And then there's the other guy on the opposite end of the spectrum, who is, like, I know several of these people, and they're amazing, who get up to go to the restroom at a certain, like,
and they go pay
before dessert, and then when you finally everybody wants to pay the check, you
It's paid
realize
for.
that they already took care of it when they
It's
went
the
to the
best.
restroom. That's a stellar human being. If you ever
That's the
come
move.
across
That's
one.
a boss
That's
move.
boss move. Boss
it's a
move.
boss
I know a few of those guys, and they're
You've
just,
done it. I've done it. That's
yeah,
a
I've
great
done
move.
it, but
Yeah.
I've done it because I've been inspired by greater men than me,
Sure.
and I've been like, you know what? That's
Yeah.
I've learned that move now because you did it so covertly and so quietly, and you don't want any fanfare for it. That's true generosity right there. It's a great thing.
Now, I'll give you for an example. We have these great friends, Kate and Carl, and they're just incredibly wonderful people, and they happen to be extremely wealthy, but they also do extremely wealthy people things. And they have offered.
So they're inviting you to the Four Seasons for lunch.
You want to know what they did? They invited us to stay for a week at the Hassler.
Right, so it's like the other night. I was invited over to Cipriani. I jumped a taxi. You should watch it, by the way, because it's amazing. There's a thunderstorm.
I want to see anybody jump a taxi to the Hassler.
It was very impromptu, and the guy didn't even charge me for the taxi in the end because we got chatting, and his machine wouldn't fire up for the car, so he's like, don't worry about it, and we exchanged numbers and blah blah blah. And I left him a message already, like, when you're in this area, just like let me know. I'll run down and give you the money. But I was going out to the Cipriani, and I was going to have whiskeys with a gentleman and smoke his cigars.
Nice.
So you better be ready, Oisin, because I got a lot of super chats that night. It was great, but I blew pretty much all of it on the fucking whiskeys and the Cipriani. So as great as it is to go out to the Cipriani, you better be ready to lose all your super.
You got to be ready for. Well, I mean, think about the people who don't have the luxury of that money that you'll get in a month,
right?
Right. But like, if somebody invites you, now I had to decline the Hassler stay. There's no way I don't care how wealthy you are, I would not feel right taking it's 2,000, 4,000. I don't know what it costs to stay at the Hassler in Rome. I don't know, but it's a lot. I couldn't do it. But they've invited us to the American Express restaurant here in the city, which is at the top of the Vanderbilt, and you go there knowing that he's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
But the worst thing you could do is just allow him to do so. You have to just go, when it's bill time, reach for your wallet or say, I'd really like to kick in for this. You have to, because you can't just expect it. Once you start expecting it, then you expect it everywhere, and you could get unless you have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. And that's one thing. Now, can I just say this? And I don't know if I should not say this publicly or publicly. Did you pay for the bill at the Chip?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If I invited you, I'd pay the bill.
It was a weird moment, but he's such a sweet guy. I'm not gonna.
Okay, I'm just saying, if I invite you, and I mean you, anyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess.
If I invite you,
it's okay. I was smoking his cigars as well.
Okay.
And I didn't find much problem with it in the end.
No, it's fine that you didn't, and you did, and you paid for it. And did you you covered the whole bar bill?
Yeah, it was $276. Euros. But we were drinking Middleton.
I mean,
which
so
I chose. So, and that was probably $50 a glass. So
yeah,
I'm complicit. I'm complicit.
Sure, okay.
In it. We could have stuck to Bushmills, and it would have been $96. You know what I mean? Andrew Walkowicz is coming in.
Oh, Andrew.
Some people would pick up the cat. Most would drive on telling themselves it's fine. Some would swerve to hit the cat. Ooh, that's
I don't want to
dark
know
person.
about that.
Then complain about the damage in the car. Politicians swerve regardless of party.
That's true.
Kind of agree with you. Nathaniel's in the room. Great to see you,
Hey,
Nathaniel.
hey! Speaking of cats, how's Gizmo? Are there any Gizmo updates? I want
Who owns
pictures.
Gizmo?
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel. Sorry,
you got a kitty cat.
I didn't know. I'm
Oh.
sorry. At Oxford, when you can't afford to accept a dinner invitation, you reply, I'm dining with Duke Humphrey. Is that code? Whereupon they can decide whether to pay for you. I like that. I dined with Duke Humphrey so often it became my username. Well, things have changed now for you, Nathaniel. You're no longer the Duke Humphrey, and good for you. But
I'd like to know what that means. Like, what's the etymology of that phrase?
There's probably like a history. Yeah, there's a big story.
Duke Humphrey was some famous bon vivant who had no money at all.
I'm dining with Duke Humphrey. Yeah, you're warning everyone that you can come, you can share your company, you can share your jokes and your personality, but you're broke. And the rest of them might say, you know what, come and dine with Duke Humphrey. In other words, we'll all take care of it. If it's 8 people, we'll split it among 7. And we'd rather have you at the dinner than not have you. Now, I've come across this here in Venice before I moved to Venice. My friend Deborah, who I ran into on the video where I come to Venice for the...
I remember that video. I loved it.
And she's got the big frizzy hair.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
And she's half Ethiopian. She's a beautiful girl.
And
I run into her
that
randomly.
She was leaving Venice and you were arriving.
And I was arriving. It was just amazing. Anyway, I used to come to Venice all the time and see her, right? And bring her around. Now, she was always broke. Okay, super broke. But I was a big spender and I want to see Venice and go to all the places. So can we go there? Can we go there? Let's go for another drink. Oh no, well, and I'd be like, Deborah, can you leave it out? I'm taking care of it. I'd rather you bring me to these places, show me all the cool spots. Don't worry about the money. But she had this guilt. So she tried to curtail the adventure because she didn't want to feel guilty because she couldn't throw in her own. Whereas I'm like, the money is not important. The company is
important.
So please show me around Venice. Please introduce me to all these hot fucking girls of Venice. And don't worry about the bill. Have whatever drink you want. It was almost like a dampener. I kept trying to shake it off her,
Yeah.
So that can happen too.
It can. John from my band is one of the most generous, beautiful people. You'd love John if you've never met him. You'd love him. He knows, he watches the show occasionally and he knows who you are, but you don't know who he is. And he's one of he's my oldest, bestest friend ever. And John is the type of guy that will do that sneak off and pay the bill every time. And it gets to the point where it gets so annoying that we were playing in Europe a couple of years ago. And we took Kate and Carl out because we were so sick and tired of them paying for everything, right? Because they're just, well, okay, so you're rich. That's great. And thank you for being generous. It's wonderful. But you know what? We'd like to treat you once in a blue moon too. Thank you for all that you do. I went to sneak off and I caught John trying to pay the bill. And I said, fuck, you're not paying that. We split the bill, thankfully. But it just got to the point where
you're like, don't pay for that. They're richer.
No. I said, don't. I said, let's pay. No, right. I said, let's do it together. He goes, no, I want to pay the whole fucking bill. I said, well, you can't pay the fucking bill, and I'm sick and tired because sometimes it gets to the point where some people pay the bill all the time, and that can be a problem too.
That's not right.
It shouldn't, and people shouldn't feel obliged like they have to as well. It's not. And you know what? John and I split that bill, and it was like 17 people. But it's funny. We were drinking this wine called Sylvaner.
Just on your point there,
yeah.
Try paying for a drink in Ireland.
Oh, I know. I've tried to.
Fucking impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah,
there's a fight.
You give up on that.
There's
the
a
Irish
fight.
will fight you on that shit.
Yeah. No, you're not fucking paying. Put your money. Your money is no good here. Everyone does it though, so it's a big fight.
Yeah, it's
who's
a big
paying?
Fight. Yeah. I mean, you go into any Irish pub, you have a conversation with a nice fella or a nice, well, the girls, I wouldn't expect that, but you could just sit there. Like my sister is the queen of that shit because, my sister could talk a dog off a meat truck, and she'll sit down at a pub in Ireland or England or anywhere, and the next thing you know, she'll be like, "Oh, I've got to go," and they're like, "Oh, your bill's covered. It's done," because they enjoyed the conversation so much,
Yeah,
because the Irish, that's the culture. The culture as
the
well.
Irish
You
will
entertain
just-
me, and
drinks are on them.
drinks
The
are on
rounds are
them,
on
yeah.
them. It's always on them, and you're like, no, it's on me. And they're like, it's a big war because the Irish don't want to ever feel like a scab like that. Never. The Irish are always like, no, it's on me.
Right.
Even if they're a little broke that week, they'll still do it and regret it the next day or whatever. But they'll still fucking do it. That's the Irish.
Joe LaFaro, I was out to dinner, friends last night. There's always one guy. Yeah, I have a list, honestly, Joe, of people I won't go out with. It's not like I don't love them as people, but I don't like how uncomfortable I feel in a restaurant, because when I see them try to be cheapos, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
It gives me this, you fuck you. Every time it's like, it's so
remember
predictable.
Miss Model girl? She was married to this big power Jew guy in New York, and she used to tell me all the time, like, her friends stopped going out with her and her husband, and he was like super rich. Okay, so he was paying her gorgeous apartment after they divorced and everything, right? Because she got the divorce deal.
Sure.
She was like, her friends would be like, "Is he coming? Because I'm not going."
Yeah,
because he would never ever tip.
Ooh.
He would never ever tip, and I was like,
which is an American thing, guys. I know you guys across the pond don't get it, but here it's a different story.
They would all get embarrassed, like, it's the bill is $680. You're not going to tip. And she was like, it got to a point where I couldn't go out to dinner with friends because they'd be like, "Is he coming? Is your husband coming?" Because he'll pick up the check because he's the richest of the lot, but he won't fucking tip anyone.
Yeah.
In New York, you're not going to tip people.
Yeah. And that's 120 minimum tip on that bill.
Minimum
on that
bill. Just round it off. Leave 800 and 900, whatever. Just fucking round it off.
Sure.
That's,
I mean,
people would take out their calculator for the tip. That's for the birds.
So everybody's been talking about Billy Joel a lot lately. Mm-hmm. And did you watch the docs yet?
I didn't.
They're really good, man. You'll love it. Do you enjoy his music?
Billy Joel, sure. He's a brilliant songwriter. Yeah, sure.
And a great fucking piano player, man. He's fucking great. He's got serious.
He's pretty
crazy classical chops. You know what he does? He does this thing where he does Uptown Girl as a minuet. It's really good.
Oh, really? I need flame. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till he gets back because I want to tell him this funny story about John from Hitman and Billy Joel, because they rode motorcycles together, and Billy doesn't tip. It's not good, and he doesn't pay bills either, which is a problem. That could be really ugly. Anyway, I owe some big bang booms to people in the house. Nathaniel Hannon, 1999. They called it 1990. And Andrew, I didn't give you your. Sorry about that, guys. And my camera. Do for others and let others do for you. Bob Dylan, exactly, 100%. Listen, you know what? We're not here for that long. Let's just spread. Says, I don't drink alcohol, but if I'm in a pub, I'm buying a drink for anyone I know, and it's my pleasure. Exactly. Sure, nice. It's a pleasure. So John from Hitman used to ride motorcycles with Billy Joel. They I don't know how they met up, but this is probably going about 15 to 20 years ago. And they rode for many years together. John had a big old Harley. I'm not a Harley guy, so I don't know which one he had, but he had a very fancy one. And somehow at some show, he met up with Billy Joel. They got on like a house on fire because they're very Long Island-y kind of guys, New York. Anyway, best time ever. Great crack. But then shit would happen. Like they'd go out for drinks. Billy was still drinking heavily at the time. eating and drinking heavily. Billy doesn't pay bills. Billy doesn't tip.
Oh, Jesus.
And I love
Billy
Joel.
Joel doesn't tip?
Doesn't tip. No.
What the fuck?
So John,
How can you be in New York and not?
because he's hanging around with a guy like John, who's the first guy to go over and pay the bill while Billy's not looking, and tip huge because Billy's not looking. But then it got to the point where he started to resent the fact. And then they were at the Chick.
When you were a celebrity, sorry, just put a pin in that for a second.
Yeah.
I've seen the comedians driving in cars with Seinfeld, right?
Sure,
who I despise, whatever. But
I
he's had
despise him
some
now too.
Yeah, he's had some amazing guests on there. The best of all being Alec Baldwin for sure. Ricky Gervais is pretty good too. Ever. And I've noticed a couple of the celebs in there talking about the tip that they leave. Because when you're a celebrity and you're sitting at a little diner and the woman is there serving you coffee for hours or whatever, if the bill is $50, you leave 300 because you're a celebrity. You have to leave a ridiculous tip because that's kind of a thing. You're famous, you're super fucking wealthy. And if the check is $19, you leave $100. You don't leave 40 on a $19 thing. You leave 100 because
you don't leave $5 on a $19. Like, what the average Joe would.
Yeah, celebrities have to step up to the mark. If for no, it should be for good reason, but if for no other reason, you don't want people to go talking badly about you. Oh, I waited that asshole and he only gave me $3 or whatever. You don't want that. You want to go in the other direction. So it's just extra strange to me that Billy Joel didn't tip. Anyway, keep going with your story. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, the end of the story is they were at the Chickwood Inn in Shelter Island, which, Long Island's got the big fork at the end, where the north and the south. Well, there's that Shelter Island is in the middle. Yeah. I spent a lot of summers there as an older boy.
I know very well.
Yeah, and there's the Chickwood Inn, and it came to blows, not to blows, but Billy finally confessed. He goes, "Well, I'm a celebrity. It's good for their business to have me here."
God!
John
that's
said,
even worse.
"That's a load of shit." He goes, "First of all, most of these people don't even know who the fuck you are because you're from the 70s." And he goes, "And two, you're a cheap cunt." And John paid the fucking bill. And I don't think that they've been friends ever since. But I remember him telling me. And I apologize, John, if you're watching. It's not my story to tell. However, and I know I'm sure there's far more.
The story, so it is.
But I know a little bit. I know the basis of the story.
You heard it.
Because nothing annoys John more than cheap people because he's so generous. To a fault, he's generous. He'll pay people's rents like he's crazy generous guy. And that eventually would become a slow burning cancer for a guy like John, that he likes Billy Joel. He thinks he's cool, but they both smoked their brains out. They were probably having a great Long Island Queens type of guy time. But eventually John hates cheap people more than anything, and it just annoyed the shit out of him. He's like, I can't deal with that guy. He's such a cheap cunt.
Especially when you have hundreds of millions in the bank like Billy Joel does. Yeah. Jesus. What does a tip mean? Anything to you?
I don't know. It's like Paul always says, if you had a lot of money, you'd have none left. I know. It's true. That's what he always says. He goes, if you had a lot of money, you'd have none left. Some people consider embarrassing others the closest they get to foreplay. Also, trying to get someone fired is the closest thing they ever get to an orgasm. I've heard this saying before, Andrew.
Really?
Yes, about people and power. Some people consider embarrassing others the closest. I know a woman.
So you think the other night that I was at the Chip invited by that guy that he should have covered the drinks?
Yeah, I think he should have. He invited you. If I invited you anywhere to McDonald's, I would pay the bill. It doesn't matter that it's at the Cipriani. It does not matter.
I could.
I'm just saying, listen, I don't know who this person is. Giovanni, whatever his name is. I don't know.
Yeah, he's the sweetest guy.
I'm sure he's the sweetest punch, but Giovanni, you should have paid that bill. If you invite somebody out for drinks or dinner, you should pay the bill.
I smoked his cigars. They weren't crazy level cigars, but it was a real cigar finally. You know, I was smoking Toscanos all night.
I
so it
mean,
was nice.
that's like saying I sucked somebody off in a car in a parking lot. Should they have paid me for it? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You smoked his fucking cigars, big deal.
Well, you know what? Next day we had lunch and he picked it up. So
okay.
and I was
Giovanni
the
now
guy
officially
going,
hates me and all that. You were feeling each other
now
out.
you'd love this guy. You'd love this guy.
I'm sure I would. He looked like a big fun barrel of life. Where's he from?
He's from Greece.
He's from Greece. Okay.
Yeah.
He picked up lunch at the Cipriani.
The next day, yes.
Well, that's a nice piece of pie. Because lunch at the Cipriani is probably $500.
No, well, we didn't have a big thing. I just had a caprese. It was light. It was light fare, but it was probably $100. But it doesn't matter. Like
etiquette is listen. There used to be a word in the English language and the French word, obviously. Etiquette.
I would never assume.
Wait a second, but let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Had you invited Giovanni to lunch, would you have paid for lunch?
Yes, of course, but
well then, case closed. It's called.
Well, I saw Patricia. I saw Patricia in the square, and I got drinks.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't cheap. They're in the square.
Sure. Well, Patricia Teague is a totally different story.
She invited me to come meet her, but I took her.
Okay, here's the hole in the story. She's a lady, and I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm never going to let a lady pay, and I don't care how misogynistic you think that is. I'm never letting a lady pay for it.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram who's like he's an Italian version of Damien Broderick, you know, the guy who does the
guy with all the tattoos,
stuff. Yeah. The guy with the tattoos, but he has the beautiful suits and so on. He's the Italian version. I'll forward you his thing. He's fucking incredible. His stuff is amazing. He does the same stuff, showing the belt closing and tying up the straps and tucking in the shirt and all. And he does certain videos where, like, never wear a darker shirt than your suit, or never do this, things you should never do, mix and match, blah, blah, blah. All of this stuff. Never wear a tie that's slimmer than the lapel of the jacket, etc., right? And one came up this morning. It's amazing that we're talking about this. And it was like it was a question from a viewer. You're on a date or whatever, you're out with a lady, when should she pick up the check, or you split it? And he goes, absolutely never. It doesn't matter if you hate her. It doesn't matter if she tells you that she's suing you because she's your ex-wife or what. You still pick up.
Well, then you take the cash and you throw it at her.
Whatever, but as a man, so that was also a factor earlier.
Unless, of course, you're a kept man. That's a different story. Okay. If she's, Mrs. Stone in your paolo, have you ever seen The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone?
No.
Okay, you should watch that movie. I know you hate yesteryear films, but it's Vivian Lee. It's Vivian Lee.
I love yesteryear. I just,
you just make fun of all.
I just give you shit because that's all.
Tennessee Williams won.
Yes,
and it's in Rome,
and
it is Vivian Lee. And in his very first movie, his very first starring role, it's what's his face? Dick Tracy. What's his name? Warren Beatty, and he plays the worst Italian gigolo imaginable. It's so bad. Okay. His accent sounds like he's from like Kyrgyzstan. But it's a brilliant film, and it's basically about a guy who's proud and Italian, and this very rich woman is gonna pay for his suits and his meals and his drinks, and eventually he's gonna pay for his female lovers too, because that's how it goes.
Oh wow.
Listen, if you're in the employ of a woman and you're a gigolo, that's a different story. But in all other aspects of that, I don't care who and how rich she is, who gives a shit. A gentleman pays. God, Jesus Christ!
If you're not ready to pay, don't go. Don't
go. Joe LaFaro wants a sugar mama. You've seen The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, right? This is one of the greatest lines ever, and it might be gay shit.
Joe LaFaro gets all your references, by the way, from the 50s.
Joe LaFaro gets every single reference. And you know what? Every once in a while, I'll throw one out there, knowing subliminally that it's just for Joe. because I know he gets them.
Yeah, he picks up all the references.
He's a sponge also for everything. He absorbed everything as a child and in his teen years. And, I guess we were both in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
And like whenever I'll say something, and I'll kind of almost wonder if he got it, and he always does. And it's pretty great. But listen, if you're young, there's a girl that works in a shop here, and she's gorgeous. Oh my God, she's 22 years old, and she's from Oman. And I was talking to her the other day, and she told me that she's, because girls tell me everything. She goes, "Oh, I just got a sugar daddy, and I don't know how to handle it. What should I do?" And I said, "Well, what does he want from you?" And she says, "Well, we're taking it really slow." And I said, "Is he married?" She said, "No, he's 66 and he's from Italy." And I said, "Oh, well, that's great." I said, "One, he's probably definitely married, because no 66-year-old straight man in Italy is not married. They're all married." I said, "But you should take it very carefully." She said, "Well, he wants to take me on a trip." I said, "You have to make sure that it's all first class.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you get a complete wardrobe before you leave. You need to make sure that you've got a car.
You need to
spending money on it.
You need to make sure he gets you your own room, unless she's interested in.
Well, they haven't been intimate, which I was ballsy enough to ask her, because girls tell the gay dudes everything, and I said, "Well, I think I'm very proud of you for not doing that." She goes, "No, he's going to have to earn it." I said, "But you probably should find out whether or not he's married, because then your rates go up."
I dated a girl years ago in New York, and she had one of those guys who was obsessed with her, and he would bring her out. She would every now and then she'd say, "Oh, I have to go to dinner with," I think his name was Richard. "I have to go to dinner with Richard tonight." And he was basically covering her bills for a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's a wealthy older fella.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wanted to sit opposite her at the restaurant. And she had to just kind of deliberate that situation and be nice. And she said he was very sweet and very nice, but she was not in any way interested in him. But he was covering a lot of her bills. And I just basically said, "That's what you're doing. You're just kind of you're dangling the carrot, and he's paying the money, and you're walking away." It came up in conversation several times. I think there's a lot of guys who just they have all the money in the world, so that's not a problem, and they're a little lonely, and they'd love a beautiful woman to sit with them at the restaurant and talk to them and look at them smile.
Would you ever like, we're old men now, so I'm older than you, but we're both old men. We're out of that league. But like, I was young and beautiful at one point. You were young and beautiful at one point, I mean, I was like a smoking hot chick almost. I was so pretty with my long red hair.
I believe it.
I could have sold my shit. Like,
Yeah.
I could have but I've always been a 40-year-old man inside my fucking brain. I was never cunning enough. And I've always enjoyed the company of older men.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I make that work? I'm just not cut out for it. And I realize I'm just not cut out for it. Some people are cut out for it. This girl from Oman, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. But the way the conversation we had was so smart. She's approaching it not business-like, but trepidatiously. And I said, "You should, because you could get hurt. And also, the worst thing is, you could get used to that lifestyle." And then we talked. I said, "Please find out whether or not this guy's married, because you're 22 and he's 66. That's January, December. That's not May, December. That's January.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big one.
I had one of the exes as well, one of the smoking ones. She was trying to get into business with this guy in the medical industry, like in the medical stuff, like Botox and things.
Sure.
And this guy is like, I want to have the meeting about the business, but he wanted to have it in Vegas. And I was like, he's flying you to Vegas. Like, he's pretending there's a meeting and but it has to be in Vegas. I was like, you know what you're walking into. And she's like, "Oh, really? You think that's what he's thinking?" I'm like, yes, that's exactly what he's thinking. Like, he could have it right here in New York. But he wants to put you on a plane by yourself to Vegas. You know, of course, he's just like staging it as a meeting, but it's not a meeting. He's flying you to Vegas so he can have a weekend with you in Vegas. You know, it was astonishing how innocent she was in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be hard at like, oh, Joe, don't say that. I'm ready to hire a dinner date. No. First of all, you're an absolute bang. So any girl that doesn't find you attractive, first of all, look at the way you dress.
I tell you, I wouldn't hire a dinner date, but if someone wanted to have dinners and talk about stuff, I'd be happy. I'm fine with that. I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't pay for it.
You'd pay for dinner.
I'd pay for dinner.
Right. You're not going to pay for that. Of course, we're not talking about that. And listen, I don't have a problem for people who pay for sex either, as long as it's transactional. Like for example, like I said yesterday with Donald Trump trying to sell his name to the Republicans for changing the name of the Kennedy Center. And, you know, I wrote a little speech about how, you know, John F. Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy were patrons of the arts, and they did so many great things for American artists, and they've done absolutely nothing. They didn't even show up to the Kennedy Center for his tenure as president. Not once to this day, never. So
I think Trump knows the difference between a fucking Renoir and a Rembrandt. He has no idea.
Art is not interesting to him.
Yeah,
he likes gold things, painted cherubs, and gold things.
He doesn't. I doubt he even has a favorite song or any artist or musician or anything that he loves. Yeah,
I don't think
there's no artistic depth to the guy at all.
No, there definitely is not. But it gets to the point where it's like, you know what? If you're
golf is the giveaway, by the way. Golf. I don't hate golfers, but when a person is mad about golf, I put a big question mark over their head. Golf is.
Do you know who loves to play golf? One of our favorite people in the world.
Okay. Well, he's a brilliant artist.
Golf is a thing for also. It's a boys' club where people love to go play golf because they know at the end there's going to be a clubhouse and they get drunk and smoke cigars.
It's kind of a lifestyle kind of sport.
It's totally lifestyle.
Yeah.
The clothing, the cars. The golfers dress a certain way. Everything's stretchy. They wear like chinos that are also made out of nylon stretch material.
I'm not saying everyone who's into golf is a problem. I'm just saying once you mention golf, my radar is on. Now I'm scanning for problems. They may not come up, but they might. Yeah. Golf I have an issue with golf. People who like
Have
golf.
You ever played golf?
I guess I did years ago. Pitch and putt, like not real golf. I was a kid.
But you played like a miniature golf, like with
miniature golf is like a stupid little game. Miniature golf is like a novelty game. Pitch and putt is like above that, but not quite real golf, right?
Is it like you're actually hitting drives?
Yeah, it's just a smaller scale, but it's not miniature like the silly little fun
like hitting the ball.
People do on dates.
A windmill.
Yeah, exactly. That's
into the mouth of a dragon.
Pitch and putt is like it's like rounders is to baseball, right? Rounders it's a game. It's just not as serious and as aggressive as baseball, right? So, but now you knocked me off because
I got knocked. You knocked me off.
Okay, you knocked me off.
I brought up the Kennedy Center, and I don't remember why.
I don't know what the fuck was.
So you know what? Fuck you.
Oh God.
Hey, Caner.
I'll never finish his sentence.
Did you ban Caner? He wants to know if you banned him. Did you ban him?
Caner. Oh, Caner was on about my watch. Don't give me that horse shit.
He goes, I can take that's a yes. Not sure what I did. Don't fuck around with the watch. Don't talk about a boy's watch. Like talking about somebody's wife. Martin Bronson. She sounds like a prostitute. Listen, I have no problem with
who. How far back are we going?
We're going
Mars?
Not that far back.
How many minutes? Like my friend?
Mart, who sounds like a prostitute?
Yeah, just because we don't know. Like, but he made that comment probably 5 minutes ago while we were in the middle of her.
We were going on. Caner says
because I mentioned two girls.
Oh, yeah,
one who was getting her half her rent paid and her phone bill paid and so on by this guy.
Oh, he's probably talking about the girl that I the 22-year-old. But you know what? When you're young and
Oh, the
beautiful like
22.
that,
Yeah.
I said, see Europe. Go see Europe. Go fly first class. Go take the Orient Express. Go do, and if somebody's willing to pay for that, and you know what, and they're not asking you to do nasty things, you should do it.
But
But you know what?
therein lies the rub. Because
Well, some people,
I
not
used to say
everybody.
to this girl that I was talking about who had this kind of sugar daddy in the background taking care of her phone bill and certain things. I used to say
Sure.
to her, like, don't you want to make it worth his while? Even though that's against my own interests.
Sure.
I was trying to be the usual logical Oisin mathematical, and I was like, don't you feel like you owe him something in the end? Like this I felt bad for the guy, and I felt it turned me off her a lot, because I was like, you're kind of a scab, and you're just kind of taking this older guy for a ride.
That's a different girl, though. That's an opportunistic girl. That there are those girls that are sugar babies, that their whole life is about finding the guy that's willing to pay for that. Remember that great movie Jawbreakers? Was it called Jawbreakers, with Sigourney Weaver, and who was that gorgeous girl with the incredible
Marsh said, yeah, the 22-year-old.
Yeah.
The 22-year-old sounds like
she likes him, and she says he's gorgeous, and she said he's 66, he's tanned and great shape, and she finds him very attractive. She said she's very attracted to him, but she's afraid to go over that hurdle because because he's already given her a couple, like he bought her a new phone and took her shopping, and they haven't been intimate. And I said, well, you need to be the person that, draws the parameters. I said, the first thing you need to do is find out whether or not he's married. And he's going to lie to you if he isn't. If he's married and he says no, listen, because what's in it for you at the end? If he's just playing with you, then he's using you. Mm-hmm. And if you're smart enough, you could use him too if you want. But I think that there are a lot of girls out there that, and fellas, who use a lot of old queens as sugar daddies. It
happens a lot here in Italy. There's a lot of very pretty young girls who just, they're happy to go on the holiday. They're happy to stay in the 5-star hotel in the suite. They're happy to joke with the guy and give him kisses on the cheek and say, you're so cute. But they'll never really bring it to another level, because they're just playing the guy and making sure he pays for everything. And then they get to walk away and they share their photos with their friends and so on. There's a lot on both sides. There's a lot of
it all depends. Every situation is different. Anyway, your boy is explaining himself, and it seems logical. He says he just bought a Speedy with a 1450 and doesn't know the value of the thing.
Earlier on he said that Speedmaster 145022 with a 1450 bracelet was worth between $3,000 and $4,000. Do you think that totally that's true, Dirk Kennedy? No, it's stop your bollocks.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, so let's educate him. Conair, that's certainly not. That's not true. 1450 is the bracelet you want, my friend.
Top Dog eBay has
especially
a bracelet for
if it has 808 end links, my friend.
Yeah,
which is what he has.
People
you have a full
talk
set.
Before. Yeah, people. I have 2.
You have 2 of them?
Mm-hmm. I'm very covert.
You have 2 861s with 1450s and 808s?
87 and 88. 88 is the one that you know.
What you sneaky bitch, you.
87 is this.
Who's yours? Do you have a sugar mama too? Oh, look at that. Listen.
I don't have any sugar. I've never had a sugar mama.
Would you like one?
Rich
or would you? You would never do that.
I love one now.
Oh, you would
great. I don't care. I'd love a woman who has her own money. I don't need her to pay for anything. I'm just saying, I'd be fine with that. I don't care. And listen, I've been in that role plenty in my life. Back when I was skinny and pretty.
Men have always been in that role.
Some accomplished. I was talking about it the other day on my live stream. Some accomplished women don't need you to take care of them. They can take it. They've already taken care of themselves. They don't need you to provide. They need you to just deliver the goods and look handsome on the, as they grab your arm on the way into the restaurant. That's what they want. They want the boy toy. They want the nice,
If you're
handsome fella
Madonna,
who's able to bang their brains out at the end of the night and all of that, because as women get older, they want that more and more. Women in their 20s don't think about sex as much as women in their 30s, 40s.
well, that's when they're in their
That's when
zenith.
they're like their lights are on their way out.
Sexual
And they're
peak,
like, you better fucking break me in two, or I'm not going to be satisfied. So sure, I've been in that situation.
I just want to have a sandwich at this point in my 60 years old. I'm like, do you want lettuce and tomato, or what do you want on that? I mean, who gives a shit about any of that crap? Like, there's nothing worse than a horny old man. It's gross. I'm like, why isn't your testosterone worn out by now? Because you're
of Viagra.
Oh yeah, but God, geez, it's so bad. There's a natural God made us a certain way. You should stop. It's embarrassing.
That's over. That God made us a certain way. Shit is over.
I know.
We are in the period of Ozempic and facelifts.
I'm all for Ozempic, though. I'm all for it. I would gobble that shit down tomorrow. Somebody would give it to me. But because like you dump 20 pounds in like 2 weeks. Great is that? Because that means like you can't have any carbs.
I already dropped more than 10 pounds in the past while, and I've broken the rules plenty, especially since Lydia was here.
But you eat steak, and
I haven't had food today. Oh no, I had a little ham earlier. That's it.
I'll
make a salad before I go to bed if I remember to.
The flesh of animals, and there's no you eat zero carbohydrates, and that's the only thing that keeps older white men fat is carbohydrate.
Carbohydrates.
It's the only thing. It's like, you know what? I don't even like rice, and I never eat it. Rice is. You ever wonder about like why are Asians so thin when they eat so much rice? Rice
I love
is
a
so
bowl
fattening.
I haven't had this in a million years, but a bowl of white rice with pepper on it. It's great. I'll munch that down.
And no olive oil or butter or something?
No juiciness, creaminess.
So just like, is it sticky rice?
I guess it's sticky. I haven't
like
had
Japanese.
I don't eat rice.
Because you're Irish, and what the fuck is that stuff?
Yeah, I don't. No, but carbs don't appeal to me very much. You know me. I'm weird. But,
why isn't Trump on Ozempic? Isn't that interesting?
He doesn't care.
Because he just thinks
screwed all the 13-year-old girls on Epstein Island possible. He's done all that stuff. He was with Melania.
He's never been to Epstein.
He was with Melania for years. She was hot as hell. She's a beautiful woman.
She's still beautiful.
And she serviced that shit for years. And now he's about the power aspect. It's about power and legacy. If they offer him a Nobel Peace Prize for creating a two-state solution in the Middle East, he'll take it. He'll turn his back on Miriam Adelson, the 100 million that she gave him, and all that. He'll just turn his back and go, yeah, fuck you. I want my fucking.
Do you know how much money he has? Nothing. He's never had any money, ever. I'm a New Yorker. He's never had any money. He's been bankrupt 6 times. He's never paid a contractor. He always defaults on his loans. Forbes has never once been able to quantify what he's got. They have no idea. He's never been on
he's like a mad gambler in a casino,
just
wandering from table to table.
Bullshit. Yeah,
he's just going from table to table, just trying.
Self-made man. His dad gave him some money, and he fucked it all up. And he's got creditors, and
now he's president of the United States. So
because everybody willfully became ignorant. It's willful ignorance. He's got no money. He's got nothing. All those buildings, assets he has are all owned by other people.
He's the definition of the perfect grift.
Oh, he's the ultimate grift.
And I'll totally give him kudos for that. I mean, I don't admire it, but I'm like, hey, you grifted the shit out of the planet. Good for you.
You're a grifter. I'm going on a pee break. I'll be right back. Okay. Pee break. Entertain the troops.
Connor Mac, look back in your vids. 1450 is worth 3 to 4K. Oh, you didn't mean the watch in the break. I see. Man, you got to be clearer about this stuff. Yes, the bracelet alone is 3 to 4, 3 to 5, depending where you find it. Yes, you weren't very clear about that. It was very weird. Guys, if you make comments, please be clear about all the stuff, because we might get to your comment a half an hour later. We don't know. And if you abbreviate things, we might not know what that abbreviation is. Just be as clear as you can. Otherwise, you run the risk of us going, huh? What the huh? And then moving on. Sorry, Con Air, I'll unban you or whatever I did. Matthew Jones, great week on the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's been a week. It has. It has. The live streams in other cities are a lot of fun. They're very interesting, but they also cost a lot of money. So you're kind of getting a lot of super chats because people love to see it, but you also spend it at the same time because of the expenses. And then you're out, and if you don't have a drink, then what kind of evening is that? So you have to start buying drinks, and you start shelling out a lot. And it kind of almost evens itself out, or doesn't even do it, you know. Nathaniel's having an Etna Rosso Tornatore. I love Etna Rossos. It's like a Barolo, but it's got this stone element happening that Barolo does not have. There's some kind of dry stone thing going on in there. I like it. No, Russell. Anyway. Yeah. God, I reflect now at this point on all the various different girls and all the various different stories. And now that I'm a bit more mature and older and blah, 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 I kind of realize how innocent I was in many different situations. I wasn't very innocent, but, you know, I'd look back and go, fuck, you know, I didn't realize, you know, that girl was actually a drug addict, or that girl was actually a, you know, I did the same problem with Chloe that time. I didn't realize. I should have. Had you met Chloe, you would have been like, she's a prostitute. I would have been like, huh? Really? And instantly you would have called it.
But I would have also enjoyed it because I love a great prostitute.
You probably would have enjoyed a nice wine with her and talking about
oh my God. First of
Reaper
all,
bomb.
I love all that shit because I find it fascinating. I love to watch soft white underbelly. I love to see people's struggles, people and all that stuff. I find that series on YouTube to be enthralling. And you know, like, listen, people don't become prostitutes because, like, oh, it's my dream to be a prostitute. They fall into it and then they just get lazy because the money's easy. They just have to lay there and do whatever they got to do. But at the same time, her, because she's an operator and she's no idiot, I found her fascinating. Did I think she was a prostitute from the get-go? I kind of did. But, you know, I don't judge her for that.
I should have picked it up when she was like, I need to find a new apartment. Do you know anyone? And I reached out to my landlord at the time, and he has a bunch of apartments here, and he showed me one that was pretty swanky over in Castello. And it was $1,000 a month, which is not cheap here. It seems cheap to everyone else, but it's the proper price for a decent apartment. Actually, apartments have gone way up since. But I said, he's got this. And she goes, what does he like? Does he like young French girls? Well, I should have gotten it right there, right? Yeah. I look back and I go, Oisin, you're such a dumbass. Like, she's been screwing her way through apartments the whole time. She wanted to pay him in sex. And he, you know what? Here's the stupid loss of an opportunity. He probably would have taken it because he's a filthy animal as well, you know? I'm just like the dumb guy in the middle who assumes everybody's nice and everybody's like pure, you know.
Well, and listen, I'm not trying to disparage her in any way, shape, or form, because that's just because I applaud a girl. Knock yourself out. However, she had road miles on her. Yeah. Like, it was obvious because when you told me how old she was, I said, I was like a dog. Like, what?
Right. I couldn't thought she was 10 years older.
At least. I thought she was in her mid-30s.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, wow. And you know what? That stuff takes a toll on you, too. That life is not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. And I don't know the woman, but would I enjoy a couple of cocktails with her? 1,000,000%. I'd love to.
Right.
Let's hear the stories, girl. I'm totally down for it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Soft White Underbelly is a great channel. It's fascinating. And you know what? One day I was watching that, Travis, and I'm not that I'm not noticing that Jeu Le Couteau, which looks incredible on your wrist, by the way. Every time I see that shot, I'm like, oh God. If there's a perfect watch in the world, it's that. My God, it's so beautiful. There was a guy on there that I knew because he worked for my company. And he got into drugs and there was a very famous, do you remember Le Barbat, Oisin, on 57th Street?
Don't ask me if I remember stuff.
Okay, it was a bar called Le Barbat, and bands could play there. I never played there, and as far as I know, you never did either. But bands did play there, but it was part of the organization that I worked for 20 some odd years, and I knew a lot of the people that worked there, and I remember that guy, and he was a bouncer there, and he was very absolute ride, gorgeous guy, great. Everybody loved him. He had a great sense of humor. Turns out he had turned to drugs, then prostitution, and all of this stuff because he got so used to the high life. Everybody was giving him blow. Everybody was hooking him up with a hotel room, but they all wanted something in the end. That life can never lead. Like, people think they can control that life. They think, well, I'll just do that for a little while and I'll make some money. I'll put the money aside for Harvard. It doesn't really. I mean, I'm sure there are a couple of people who have been able to do that, but this guy, I remember him. He was such a fantastic fella. Everybody was in love with this guy. He was just, everything about him was just spectacular. And he wound up doing things that he just couldn't believe. And it was all because he wanted to get high.
Thomas Burnett, 10 British. Into Peter Gabriel. Yes, we're big into Peter Gabriel. Have you checked out the Fast Show parody Life of Rock with Brian Pern? Check out the free episodes. Okay, thanks, man.
I used to watch the Moon Club. I remember the Moon Club where he'd be like,
Peter Gabriel talking about the moon,
talking about all the phases of the moon. Yeah,
every month he'd have a little thing about the moon, the blood moon, and
the blood moon, right?
Yeah, all the different types of moons. He was mad into the moon.
I think
we love Gabriel.
When it comes to somebody like him, for me, he's the male equivalent of Kate, where I think there's lots of great artists, like there's the Beatles and everybody else, right? But then when it comes to like singular solo artists, I think that there's Peter and there's Kate and then there's everybody else. Now, people might argue Bowie or whomever, and the great argument. But I think Peter Gabriel is probably one of the greatest artists because he's a real artist. So sure, yeah, we would love to check that out. I'm not familiar with those titles, so thank you for
well, if it's the Fast Show, they're probably making fun of him or people like him, because the Fast Show is a popular comedy show in England and Ireland years ago that I loved. Ooh, suits you, sir. Suits you, sir.
I don't know what that is.
So many different characters on there. I was just talking about the Fast Show the other week.
I'd never heard of the Fast Show.
And then it turns out that Johnny Depp was a big fan of the Fast Show, and he went on their show, which is kind of crazy because he's such a huge Hollywood actor, and they're a little British production. And he goes into a store and have a lot of sex, do you, sir? All sexy American. Ooh, suits you, sir. Ooh. And he starts doing the ooh, suits you. It's funky, weird British comedy. I loved The Old Man by the Fire who was drunk on brandy, and he was like, I was very, very drunk. He'd tell all sorts of stories, but he'd be incoherent, and he'd tell weird stories. He'd be like, this was young girls. We didn't even, but then all of a sudden a big spider came out. And half of it was incoherent, and then at the end he'd kind of always surmise at the end, he goes, I do admit I was very, very drunk. Paul Whitehouse, that's him, Araya. Paul Whitehouse, amazing comedian. But it's British shit, like, you don't like Monty Python, so maybe
I like a lot of British humor, but I don't understand Monty Python. I've
yeah,
tried.
maybe the Fast Show would have pissed you off. I don't know.
I mean,
But I used to
I
love
loved. I
it.
wanted to watch the Toast of London, and I don't think that guy's funny either. He's occasionally funny, but I mean, it depends, I guess, because I think Ricky's a genius.
Dirk can do a great Carl Sagan. The man
I was
an alien.
obsessed with him.
We need to do the Carl's.
Do you know that JS, our friend? He named his son. His son's name is Sagan.
Sagan.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I can never find the tonality for Sagan. It's like
really, you have to start here. It's right in the front. It's in the front. I'm on the spot now, so I'm not going to do it. I have to.
Yeah,
and when people say do that, I'm always like,
yeah. Now you're a YouTuber, you have to do that.
I know.
I can't get his tonality. I always have a difficulty with it.
Well, it took me forever to figure out how to do Australian people.
Oh yeah,
and I used to think I could do it great, because I British.
I was doing Archie on my show.
You got to do that Aussie thing where it's nasal, it's all mask.
You have to think of one person. Like I can go into Brisbane because I know Archie, so I can do the Archie thing because I think of Brisbane as Archie.
What's the guttural city? Because I know I've loved a lot of Australian artists. I'm Natalie Imbruglia, and I love who's my favorite? Oh God, Rod Taylor. I'm obsessed with him, of course. And he never really had. He's got almost like that dragged out thing like that.
I just remembered what gets me on Carl Sagan. You always need a word. Millions and millions of stars.
He always got billions and billions of stars.
Trillions and trillions of stars. Millions and millions. That's if you want to go into Carl Sagan, just say millions or billions.
Just read Pale Blue Dot if you want to like a little bit of I mean, it's one of the greatest things he ever did. It's amazing shit. Andrew, are you out of your mind? $50. Spend the majority of your life being the side guy, and you will see what the ladies want privately. Now, he's the gigolo of Canada, as you guys know. I've been with far more married ladies than single ones. It's hollow. Getting phone calls. You don't know me, but you come highly recommended. Yikes.
Jesus.
So you're just a serviceman. You're like calling a plumber.
That sounds like what he's doing. Yeah.
Right.
Calling a plumber. Yeah.
I don't
get over.
I don't know.
Do your job.
Know you, but you come highly recommended.
Yeah, just come over, do what you do, so I can get back to my life. Yeah.
You know what that deserves? That deserves this, Andrew. Yeah. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. That's what he does. He's always so close mic'd. It's amazing shit. And he never was close mic'd. He just has that sound. Carl Sagan was the greatest human being that's ever lived. Is that arguable? I don't think so. Because
if he was a human being, he might be an alien.
The beautiful thing about him is they asked him what he thinks about religion, and he goes, "Sure, it's cool, but not for me."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, sure, it's cool, but not for me. Because he said then it should apply to all life, and he goes, and there's for sure life elsewhere. It's just we're too far away to know it. Because he always believed, because the universe is way too big. Like all I do is watch when I go to bed every night. If I'm not listening to an audiobook, I'm watching a YouTube video, and I have a different account for my iPad in bed, and all it will give me is faster than light travel, or Proxima Centauri, or the TRAPPIST system, or it's all that shit. What's Beetlejuice up to? Like the latest observations about Beetlejuice. Because if Beetlejuice blew up 6 million years ago, we'll find out about it tomorrow, because light takes a long time to travel. But it's amazing stuff. And I watch all this Carl Sagan shit, and it's like watching Bernstein, because we had such great thinkers in the 60s and the 70s, where these people without biases, they were able to translate to young people thoughts and ideas which are now considered, because of the internet and because of, fake news and all that stuff. People are being squashed with their possible realities, and it's a beautiful thing. Carl Sagan epitomized the beauty of humanity. Don't forget that Voyager's golden discs were assembled by him. Those songs were chosen by him. The hieroglyphy were all designed by Carl Sagan. So if anyone sees it somewhere in the universe, they'll know. But the thing that I thought was fucked up is like he gave them directions.
Back here,
he gave them directions to where
on
we
Voyager.
are. Yeah, that could be bad.
Like,
I'm hungry.
Yeah, don't let them know where we are.
Yeah, he did. They gave directions, like in a way that only people of the cosmos would understand.
They might be reading it right now, going, "Oh, that's cute." They think we don't know where they are.
That might be very well true. Thomas Burnett says the Brian Byrne character is a parody of Gabriel, who invented Rolex. Can I just say that, like, the whole world music aspect of Peter Gabriel interests me the least out of what he does. How about you?
I think it's part and parcel. It's clear that he would get involved in that. It's the same
but
with
when
Paul Simon.
When it becomes a lot of like Afrikaans and all that shit dancing around on stage, it's I'm less interested in that.
Yeah, well, but
because it seems forced to me. Like,
it seems forced.
It seems forced to me. Like Sting. When Sting does it, you think, oh, disingenuous, right?
No, I just think that they discover other music around the world and they begin to expand beyond their own ideas of Western music, and they begin to encompass things beyond Western focus of music.
Yeah. Well, Africa still.
Paul Simon did the same on.
Yeah, but that's still Western music. The Eastern music starts at fucking Baghdad.
No, because Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes starts with.
I hate that song. Fuck, do I hate that song? I hate I hate modern Paul Simon. I hated Graceland. I hated it.
Didn't like Graceland album.
I think it's just like ugh. I think it's just pandering. That's how I felt about it. Oof. Here's a guy that wrote all those great songs, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Diamonds on the soles of his shoes." Oh God! I watched that Carrie Fisher stand-up thing she did years before she died. It actually wasn't that funny, and she's very bright and funny. Maybe I thought it was funny back then, but she's talking about Paul Simon, which is very, very funny. I mean, I'm far more interested, like maybe when like Cat Stevens taps into like Arabic music where it's an actual different scale. It's the Eastern scale, which is so foreign to us. That sounds alien to most people, right? Like, did you ever hear the call to prayer? Like, don't you get it when you hear the call to prayer? Like, why that would seduce people? It's so seductive, especially like it's dawn and you hear. Like those are intervals we don't have in our music. It doesn't exist. We don't have them.
We have 12. We have 12 intervals. That's what we have. We have like 70.
It's and it's all of a sudden you almost feel like your soul gets like whoever invented that shit, like they knew what they were doing. It's pretty amazing. And then whenever anybody drops that into pop music, it's Thrillsville. Because it's so rarely done.
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, Diamonds on the Soles of Your Shoes. I didn't like 50 Ways to Lead Your Lover other than all the Steve Gadd shit. Because the drumming on that is just porn. It's porn drumming, And it's funny. We had this big conversation. I'm not trying to bore anybody. Hey, glass of wine? How's
the wine, by the way? Is it good?
Wine is gorgeous.
Nice.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the color of this. It's super purple.
Oh, it's very purpley.
Yeah, it's very purpley. That's delish. We're currently fixing our second album, and there was like somehow Bob fucked up with the cymbals and like there's no cymbals on the record, but we're going so much deeper now. So now we're having like 4-way conversations about replacing things. And our drummer on that record, Mark, he's a Steve Gadd kind of drummer. He's like really jazzy and amazing. And we were listening to the isolated drums. I was like, he goes, you know who taught me this part? And I said, Steve Gadd, because who the fuck would come up with that shit? It's so fascinating when you hear some of the rhythm gods of the 80s, like Steve Gadd or Manu Katché or Stuart Copeland. Man, shit was better then. Now it's all this kind of drum machine rote kind of boringness. The 80s, for all its synthetic textures and stuff, the drummers, the rhythm patterns were outrageous, weren't they? Outrageous. Like you think about, like, you know, Steve Gadd or Manu Katché, or those guys were incredible. And people don't even know who that guy is, right? I say Manu Katché like it's like, you know, like I said, vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people, that he's not a household name, that guy. And I think he should be, right?
Instrumentalists are rarely household names. That's okay.
Yeah, that's a shame. Nathaniel Han at $4.99 offer Nissim makes some pretty amazing Eastern infused dance music. I don't know who that person is, because you know what? Dirk's really bad with the dance music. I don't know about you, Oisin, but I don't hate it or anything. He went through a serious dance phase, you know. He had a big breakup, and he was in the city going out every night and dancing, which is far more than I could ever say.
Yeah, I was big into dance for a long time. I was into house music and stuff. I used to produce some house music years ago. I see the energy in it.
Ray did 3 porn films. Walked off the set the 4th time. Got sick of playing the husband who leaves before Pizza Boy arrives. You're joking, right, Ray? Because you know what? I'm going to find that and get my next strike. Nathaniel had a big bang boom for you. Thank you, buddy. What's the Gizmo story? How's Gizmo doing? We haven't had any updates. I did the When We Were Young shit. Wednesday was a really successful show. I had a really great show on Wednesday where I asked everybody to send me like childhood shots of them or their kittens or their dogs. Everybody sent me shots of them when they were young, and it was so great. You know, I said, listen, the best part about it is nobody's getting doxxed because it's just pictures of you when you were a kid. How great is that? It was terrific. But thank you. Top dog, Oisin, new gold Rolex or AP chrono? I think you know the answer to that. He's got an AP chrono.
I think he's trying to make me decide between those two. Is that what he's saying?
Oh.
I think the AP chrono between the two. Yeah. The new gold Rolex is great, but it's
gun to your head. Ready? Gun to your head.
AP chrono.
You get which gun to your head? Give me one of those watches.
I'd love to compare them right now, but the AP chrono's in the bank. Thank God.
So gun to your head, you would hand the robber the Rolex.
Yeah.
Well,
they're both worth around the same. Well, the AP chrono a bit more, but not much more. AP has you know, it's softened a fair amount. But AP chrono, because if anything, if nothing, it's very me, you know. That watch kind of bigger, and so on. It's fucking evil looking, all that, you know.
So
I put on the gold Rolex again, just to.
I mean, it's a beautiful watch.
Give people something to look at like that.
I mean, it's beautiful. And who doesn't love a GMT? I mean, my God. Dino was on the show earlier, and he was saying that he thinks a two-tone Rolex is a poor man's Rolex, and he's like, it's either solid gold or it ain't gold at all.
That's a lot of people. That? Well, here in Italy, they're very steel. They're about steel.
Yeah,
they don't like the two-tone so much. The Italians turn their nose up. They want steel. They want vintage steel. They want all that stuff. The gold stuff is very baller stuff, and they kind of go, you know, that's making a big statement. I want a steel watch. The Italians are very minimalist like that, so I get it. I don't have a problem with two-tone like some people do. I think they're still gorgeous.
I don't either.
Many
I mean,
two-tone watches.
yeah. I mean, a root beer. Oh yeah, sure.
The root beer is the one that really stands by itself as a wonderful watch that's two-tone. Yeah, the root beer kind of has its own look, even above, in many cases, above the full gold.
Yeah,
root
I
beer,
think
which
it
is what
does.
my Greek friend had at the Cipriani the other night.
Oh,
we
we had the
switched
full.
watches.
I gotta watch that whole thing.
Yeah, we switched watches, and I'm wearing the root beer for a long time, and you can tell me what you think of it then. Yeah.
What would how much is it for a glass of Middleton? 50 euros?
Well, we had 2 Lagavulin 16s, and we had 4 Middletons. And it was 276. So I'm saying it's probably 50 a shot of the Middleton. That's 200. And the 2 Lagavulins add up to 76. That's the only way that it makes any sense. Yeah.
Wow. And did he tell you about his stay at the Cipriani? Like,
well, he brought me up to the room.
Oh, he did.
In the room, yeah. I saw
you didn't film that though, right?
Excuse me. No, I didn't film any of that. No. The room is pretty cool, a little tight. I mean, thought.
I've seen many
all the
travel vlogger there.
Yeah.
You know,
all the soaps are Acqua di Parma, everything. In fact, he stole a soap for me. He hands me a little soap, Acqua di Parma soap. But even in the restrooms downstairs by the bar, all the stuff was everything was Acqua di Parma everywhere. It's kind of a super shopping market down there because there's a Dior store and a Vanini store.
Sure.
And stuff like that. So
well, in all those crazy hotels.
Like Excelsior has the
Excelsior and all of them. I mean, when we were staying at the Principe di Savoia in Milan, it was Stefano Ricci and it was Fendi. They had, listen.
Yeah.
And they had everything Acqua di Parma too. And it's funny because Cipriani, like also, they micro brand their own stuff. I'm surprised because I remember that Cipriani used to be selling soaps and toiletries at one point too. Maybe they've stopped doing. I love Acqua di Parma Colonia, and if you want to take a shower with that stuff, it's magical shit.
It was just nice. Like there was 2 stalls or 2 bathrooms, and I thought, did De Niro take a shit? And think of it. Like there's no doubt that all the people, but. Then I washed my hands and I was like, dang, like this smells beautiful. The whole experience was very royal.
Well, listen, Acqua di Parma, which you now have the Blue Mediterraneo, right?
Yes, that's right.
You should absolutely 100% just get a bottle of the Colonia because it's the Acqua di Parma that was around for 50 years before they had any other fragrances.
I jump on a cab. Look.
Oh, let's watch it.
And we head out. It was a lot of fun, man.
Oh.
I won't give you a copyright strike. I promise.
Yeah, but will YouTube do that?
No, that's impossible. Look at the inside of that taxi. It's beautiful.
That's a beautiful taxi. That's got a bar in it.
Yeah, full bar, and then there's like lightning over the city. It's wild. Yeah, it was a beautiful night. Yeah. I was just at the drop of a hat. I was like, I'm going out to meet a person. I have no idea who they are. And this is going to be interesting. And I get talking to him and he realizes I'm Irish and he talks about his time. And
what do you mean he realizes you're Irish?
Well, he's talking to me and
is he just caught your show for the first time?
No, excuse me. Sorry. I'm talking about the taxi driver.
Oh,
my fault. Sorry. So he's going on about drinking Guinness in Dublin. Look over the city. Fucking wild.
That's my temporale.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Exactly. We just shoot over. I'll just zip ahead a bit. And then I meet the guy. There he is. Yeah. He's a lovely guy.
He's like a teddy bear.
And we go into this. This inside of the hotel was just insane. It's just beautiful. Art everywhere. And there was the Wall of Fame, which I think I passed, or did I go by it again? I Can't
This
remember.
guy helps you out with the Wi-Fi. I did catch a bunch of it.
Yeah. Okay. So we switched watches. Do I have his root beer on already? I
No,
don't
you're
know.
wearing
No,
yours.
no, it was let me see. We switched.
Or maybe you won't.
We
Oh,
moved
yeah,
to
yeah.
we moved to the bar. Yeah, we moved to there's the pool.
Yeah.
Crazy pool.
Was that the first time you've ever been there?
First time ever inside. That's why it was so
Crazy.
exciting. So I think we switched here, did we?
He took his ring off
Yeah.
to not scratch the
Yeah,
watch.
everything's backwards, okay? So it's like looks like my right hand, but it's my left hand.
How come you have it backwards?
I don't have it backwards. It just defaults that way. It's a problem with YouTube and the phone.
There you go.
So yeah, I switch over to root beer. Look at that fucker. Full gold root beer. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
both the
not
same
shitty.
watch essentially, but one is in
Sure.
rolls. And it just looks the boys drink it. It's a good old night. It was fun. But yeah, there's the root beer if you want to see it on my wrist. Of course, after that I was like, I need it, whatever. It's always the problem. He's a fun guy, nice guy.
He seemed great. I love he's got his Italia shirt.
Yeah. And he helps kids out, like little autistic kids.
That's what he does? That's his job?
That's his job. He's an amazingly compassionate person.
But yet, it's his job, yet he stays at the Cipriani?
He says that in Belfast, he lives like a hermit. He just works all the time. So when he goes on a little trip for himself, he splurges. That was his explanation of that. But he also has a stainless steel Daytona and a full gold root beer. So he's, I don't think he's having trouble paying the rent or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, very nice guy. Apparently at the hotel, the guy who gave me the umbrella was like the porter there or whatever. Look at the full gold root beer. Yeah. Apparently the porter got into a big chat with him and he started fucking like being psychoanalyst to the guy, and the guy started telling him his life story and kept him up for like a couple of hours or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Because he's too easy to talk to or whatever. I guess I went to the bathroom. It's a good little laugh, But yeah,
he's a young fella. He's young.
I think he's 41. I think he said.
Oh, he took a big slug of that Middleton. Look at that. That's a slug.
Oh, he has no problem getting through the stuff. It was good. It was good all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people were talking about what happened, and I was like, oh shit, like going through it, like, did I miss something? Because I didn't even see the drinks. Maybe I went through it too fast. I'll sit down and watch the whole thing with the dinner. Looks great. I mean, the chick.
Yeah, it was a bit of a laugh, and getting that taxi out. In the end, the guy couldn't charge his thing because I didn't have. But he loved that I called contanti, cash, busy. I was non go scarsea, non go busy and scarsea, which is very Veneto.
Not soldi.
No, soldi is just money in general.
Money in general.
Contanti is cash.
Right.
But there's a lot of different words for contanti around Italy, and in Venice, it's particularly Venice to say busy, which means beans.
We were watching one of your live streams, and Paul was like, does he only speak Venetian now? I was like,
there's a lot of Venetian.
So. Because
Tasca is pocket, right? Tasca.
Yeah, Tasca.
So I in Italian it would be I don't have cash in my pocket would be non ho contanti in Tasca. But in Veneto, particularly Venetian, non go busy and scarsea.
Hold on, let me ask Paul a question. Hey Paul, in Fanese, how would you say I don't have cash in my pocket? It's going to be just as weird. I don't have cash in my pocket. Come here and say it. I'll put you off camera, but it's okay. I'd say it on the camera. Ready?
Non ho nessun scudi in tasca.
Scudi. Scudi. Yeah.
Scudi. But you say Tasca for pocket? You actually use the Italian word?
So repeat this to him. Non go busy in Scarcea.
Non go
Busy
busy in
in
Scarsese.
Scarcea.
In Scarsese.
That's,
That's a Veneto version of that.
What's Venetian for Scooty?
Scooty is
Busy.
Obese is pocket.
No,
Obese is money.
Means beans.
Oh, means beans,
Yeah.
not fragole.
Frag-
Fragoli. Huh?
That's strawberries.
Fagioli.
Oh yeah, fagioli. Sorry, fagioli. Yeah, yeah. Fragoli is strawberries, of course. Yeah. Ah, look at that. Fucking the dialects. Well, people don't realize that it was many different countries that became the Kingdom of Italy that became eventually Italy. You know, there were lots of, like, the Veneto was its own fucking thing. It
I
wasn't
think I got
Italy.
in the Hall of Fame here again. Dude, you love this place.
Oh,
I was
would
hoping
love
you were
that place.
watching live because I was like, he's
I
going.
wasn't. I watched them, a
more
lot
of
of
it.
them live. I didn't. I don't know. I was probably stuck in elderly care that night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Who's that?
Angelina.
It's Angelina before she fucked everything up. Who's that, Liza?
There's Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, a Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Sure. Oh my God.
Charlize.
Look at that.
Rolling Stones. Anna Wintour.
Anna Wintour.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Some tag horrors, of course.
Tag. What are they doing in there?
Yeah, what are they
Get
doing
out of
That's what I
there.
was thinking. Yeah, you guys are
Get out of the chip.
imposters.
How dare you?
I know.
Really? First of all,
Sandra
it should be
Look,
Panerai.
Sophia Loren has her own
I mean,
spot.
Sophia Loren, my God.
Her own spot.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
I think
She
was
should have
very
her own wall.
Yeah.
Look at
Brad.
that. Brad.
Yeah.
Julia. Look at that. Oh,
Pacino.
Sure. Roger Moore.
De Niro at the end.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Do you know that De Niro doesn't speak a word of Italian?
I know he kind of learned all that stuff phonetically for
Phonetically.
Godfather. Yeah, and that wasn't Italian. That was Sicilian.
The Siciliani. So, like, you would think that he would want to learn it after that. Not so much. Pacino either. Neither of them do.
On to the next role.
Yeah, on to the next role. Where I play Stanley and Iris. You ever see that movie? It's fucking
beautiful. I love that film.
Jane Fonda in that movie. My God. Paolo come on screen. Listen, maybe you'll get him in Fano for when we're there in September. You might not. He doesn't want any of the fame, guys. He's not interested in fame. But you got to hear some of this shit. Like, you're used to Oisin speaking in Veneto, right? Some of this Fanese shit is fucking nuts, man. You're like, instead of andiamo, you know what they say? They say jing.
That's wild. Yeah.
Jing.
At least we say indemo.
Yeah, endemo. Okay, yeah.
Indemo.
There's so many funny words. What's the one that I think is crazy? The craziest Fanese word. Paul. He's not answering me now because he's like.
I think it was Emmett who said years ago that Veneto sounds like Italian if you're drunk, because andiamo requires a certain, exertion of energy. Andiamo. Whereas indemo, it's like you're fucking hammered elephants and you're just indemo.
Well, this just shows your brother is a polymath, because your brother's, what was he in Fano for 5 or 6 days? He was speaking Fanese to the locals.
Yeah, he picked it up immediately.
He picks it up like that.
Ah, yeah.
Because he kept going up to Paul. He's like, oh, so I just heard this. So this means this. Next thing you know, he's using it.
He was in Turkey a week and he was singing Turkish traditional songs and playing guitar. That guy's fucking weird.
I don't know.
Sure, he learned Italian in 3 weeks. When we went there a million years ago. He knew how to speak Italian in 3 or 4 weeks. We were all like, what the fuck? Yeah,
he's got the gift. It's very rare. He's got the polymath gift.
Yeah, it's like a part of the brain that just picks it up,
some people are good at musical instruments or engineering or diamond faceting, or he's obviously he's great at music too, but it's scary how he picks up dialects like that. And he also puts it together in his head too. which I guess maybe helps him.
I'll be back in a
Frightening
second.
shit. Yeah. Sorry, Top Dog. I owe you a big bang boom for that. De Niro is a fake Sicilian. Well, there's Sicilian Americans. It's a whole. The diaspora of Italy, most of the people that came to America from Italy are either Neapolitans or Sicilians, because southern Italy was impoverished and the north was extremely wealthy. So when you see Neapolitan pizza having absolutely no relationship to actual Neapolitan pizza, it's because it became bastardized over time, it's crazy shit. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, yeah, thank you. Sei un bellissimo essere umano, Paolo. Grazie mille. Yeah. He's okay. Maxi67, I think he said he was a consultant psychologist on that. Yeah. Giovanni's a mystery. I have to watch the whole thing so I can get cool with that. Are you sending me? Can you send me a private email? Because I'm just trying to find out what the Gizmo story is, and you're not answering me. And I'm getting worried. Don't make me worried. Send me a text message, Nathaniel. Because you know how much I care about that shit. Thomas Burnett says, I saw a YouTube short of Liam Gallagher doing a concert in France. He started to sing the first song, then stormed off stage because the sound wasn't good enough. He didn't come back. No, that's unacceptable. And I am not an Oasis fan. I know I get why people like them. I know a lot of you guys out there do. Not my cup of tea. I am amused by the two of those fellas very much, especially what they say to the press. But like, would I ever go see? If you offered me free tickets, I'd sell them and I'd buy a Rolex, because it's not my cup of tea. Today is gonna be the day when there's yum 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 yum. Not my thing. I don't like that band. I think that it's fucking paint by numbers, fake music. Not a big fan, but I get why other people do. Did you hear about this? Liam Gallagher walked off stage in France.
He has to walk off stage at some point.
Yeah,
that's totally their thing to walk. Like, they've got to have
screw everybody out of the millions of dollars that they have to.
No, he's got to have a feud. That's what people pay for.
Is that what it is?
Well,
he didn't come back.
They want to see him get angry.
But they were all shit out of luck though, because he didn't come back. They had to cancel the gig. See, I hate that shit. Who is this? George? Hey, George.
Won't have an edge unless he does that.
Yeah, I know, but people pay. Their show is very expensive because they use dynamic pricing. I'm sounding Switzerland and don't usually post regardless of my real name being posted, but I see no harm in paying. Very nice, and Giovanni accepting it even though he invited you. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Hi, George McGuire. It's nice. Even if that's not your real name, it doesn't really matter because we're on YouTube, and the only people who are not anonymous on YouTube are me and Asheen. Real encounters just happen naturally. You both are great human beings. Oh, thank you, buddy. Listen, he looks like a fine fella, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if I invited somebody, they're saying we're both fine fellas, and you're included in that.
Thank you.
Which is awfully nice to say. At the end of the day, listen, etiquette is a funny thing. You either have it or you don't. And, culturally, people also from different lands.
You can learn it. You can learn it.
You should learn it.
You should.
Like the French etiquette is like impossible, but at the same time, they do a lot of things.
What's the French etiquette? Oh, I guess bonjour. You have to say bonjour to everyone, right?
Well, if you walk into a place and you don't say bonjour, they actually won't serve you. They'll look at you like you fucking.
Yeah, you have to. Even if you walk in the store and ask a price for a bag or watch or whatever, you have to say bonjour. You have to say bonjour. You can't say, I'd like to know that. I think it makes sense. Just say hello first. Open the conversation. I think it makes sense.
I mean, how hard is it to just say, don't you say hello anyway?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, buonasera, signorina.
Yeah.
Per favore, quanto costo? Like you just want to say
quanto costa.
Quanto costa. I always fuck up that.
You always say costo.
I always say it. I know. That's
quanto
going to be the end. That's going to be the death of me. But Paul says, it's okay. You'll just say it a bunch of times until they make fun of you, and then you'll stop doing it. And he's right.
Yeah.
You just got to keep doing it on the street. And he says Italians will always say, costa, And it's like always remember that the verb and the noun should match. Make sure you don't like you don't say like e o o. Like I learned all that shit really early on, like o I, all that stuff, and I have that down. But it's like conjugating the vowels is like always a problem for me, and the verbs. But I'll get there. It all happens eventually, and
you'll iron out all those creases. It's fine.
Yeah, all the creases. You just got to be dumped.
I still have creases in my shit.
But meanwhile, like I'll be there for like a day, and then your brother will show up, and he'll be speaking Finese instantly to these people. I'll be like, dick.
It'll take
and I'll just sit there like this.
3 days.
No, it won't take him 3 days. It took him 1 hour last time. He did it in an hour. We were in a coffee shop, and then I heard him speak. I said,
you know who's like that as well? Neve's husband, Mehmet. That fucker. He picks up shit like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I believe it. DG says un americano. See, I have no problem saying like cafe doppio per favore. That was the first thing I ever learned. Yeah, that was the first thing I ever learned. Cafe ristretto per favore. Ristretto is great. Eddie, $5. I like the part in Sopranos where they are in. Oh God, it is so painful, man. That season. Paulie is trying to order spaghettini, and they were like, this classless piece of shit. Oh my God. You've seen that, right? That episode?
I like the part in The Sopranos where they are in Italy. Paulie is trying to order spaghettini. They were like, oh
my God. Watching these New Jersey Goombas go to Italy and just embarrass themselves. And he's like, hey, fucking Tony, how the fuck do they have some stupid bitch as the head of their fucking family? Because a woman was in charge of the Cosa Nostra when they went to Napoli, and they were offended by that because they're these mooks from New Jersey. And Tony goes, they do things different around here. Remember, they started this shit, because these idiots. Oh, yeah, so bad.
Women can be in the top of everything here. And they can be the restaurant owner and the hotel owner.
Of course.
And don't fuck with them because they'll fucking tear you in two.
Yeah.
I mean, what about that Chinese lady who owns the place in the piazza?
Sure.
She came over and said hello to my mother and my aunt after that classical show.
Oh, yeah.
She's there with her fucking solid gold necklace and bracelets and stuff. And
that's the one you want her to be your girlfriend, right?
She had a solid gold Daytona on. Yeah, I totally want to date her.
What was the name of the woman that owned the Bower?
Oh, you used to mention her all the time.
I used to remember Francesca Bortolotto. Francesca Bortolotto. She was an older lady, and what an elegant bitch she was. She she was like old world Italian money,
Yeah, if she's born into it, then she's born into it.
And then they sold it, and now the Bower's been sitting there rotting because all the corporations have been ruining it. That's what they do. They're like, oh, the Rosewood got it. Then the who else got it for a minute? The Kempinski got it for a minute. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. And now Koima, who just signed the brand new contract, and it's a signed contract, 2026 or 27, the Debat is going to reopen, and they also own the Excelsior, so they're going to be sister hotels once again, but it's not going to be under any like Four Seasons. I used to say, how the fuck is there no Four Seasons or Ritz-Carlton in Venice? And now there is. Well, there's no Ritz-Carlton.
Have you seen the one in Florence?
Oh,
it's insane. It's insane.
Oh, on the Arnaud. That thing is in fucking that foyer.
I mean, they're big suite there. I saw some YouTuber
I've been in it. I've never been in the suites, but I've been in the
I saw some YouTuber some woman who's like, that was their room. I mean, it was a palace. Their whole room was a palace.
Oh, yeah.
It was like endless.
Dude, when we stayed at the Bower Palazzo, our room was a palace. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's
but this
funny
is
because,
other level.
oh,
Man.
that was the other level shit. Yeah, it was other level.
Jesus.
Paul's father was complaining the whole time we were in the Bauer Palazzo because the hallways were really wide and the rooms weren't big, but they had like 25-foot
No, this
ceilings
room
with
is like
specials.
you walk in and you're in
Oh,
a
it's
whole
like you're in
other
the
hotel.
Doge's palace.
It's just a whole. That's the room.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of it. Yeah, that's a whole other level. You went in there for drinks and stuff, right? You knew somebody was staying there?
No, I was never there in Florence. No,
Oh,
I was
thought
never
you
in
went-
that in the Four Seasons of Florence.
Oh, we went in there and it was just, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I've seen fancy hotels, but that was on the next level because architecturally, it's, like the Chip in Venice. Architecturally, is nothing. It looks like
Nothing.
It looks like
It looks
Thomas
like
Magnum's house in Hawaii.
Yeah, it just looks like it. Yeah, that's exactly what it
It's
looks
like
like.
ranchy and kind of.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the
Yeah,
opulence.
it's not a palazzo.
No.
No.
You go to the Amman for that action.
Yeah.
But it's got services.
Actually,
and
that's where
luxury.
Giovanni spent his first night at the Amman.
Oh, he did.
And then he moved over to Cipriani.
Well, this guy knows how to roll.
For the
What's
pool.
his story? Does he like girls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's too bad. Too bad. Is he married?
No.
Oh wow, Chloe.
Chloe could work.
Chloe still watches your show.
Who knows?
There's no way she doesn't.
I don't know.
I'm sure she does. What are you having there, by the way? What are you eating?
Well, making my salad requires me to fuck off for half an hour or so because I have
Okay,
to boil eggs and do the whole
Oh,
thing.
you made a chef salad.
So I didn't make a salad. I just pulled out some ham.
Okay.
And I have my watermelon here. I'm just putting something in my stomach because I haven't eaten.
Sure. Yeah, listen,
late
your
at
body
this-
requires something,
Yeah, at this point, I'll just hit the hay once we're done.
Yeah, we're almost done anyway. We're ready to kill it. We're once we wind down to like less than 120, that the party's over.
Yeah, once it hits 100, then I guess we can
Yeah,
split,
I
or
mean,
less than
it's-
100.
Yeah, I mean it's all good.
There's a good crowd tonight, though.
Great crowd, great smart folks, really good people, really good super chats. Thanks everybody for last week. Thanks for welcoming us back. That was an astonishing night. That was technically the highest earning eyeBashers of all time.
Oh yeah.
Last yeah, it was pretty great. And that's because we were gone for a week. Thank you very much everybody for that. Because we were dead for a week and that was really bad. And then I reached out to YouTube and I said, what happened to the super chats for the stream on Friday? And they were like, you forfeited those. And I said, who gets to keep them? And they told me we do. And I said, well, don't you return that money to the people? Because they didn't want you to have it. They said it's in the bylaws. And I said, I don't think anybody who super chats knows that. And I don't think that that's fair at all. That's why we always say, if you're going to support the channel, support us via PayPal. I thank YouTube very much for having this platform, the ability to do this. But I don't think if you're going to take a stream down, that and you're going to not allow the creator to keep the money, I don't think you should keep it. I think you should return it to the people that pledge that money, because that's their hard-earned money that they're spending on a product that they're trying to support. They're not trying to support you, and that's not fair. So, but it was a dead-end thing, and I just decided to just swallow the pill and just go, okay, I got to do what I'm told, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. But it's true. That's just the way it works. I did not know that. I was oh my God, George McGuire with 50 balloons. Here's to posting your real name. Here's my real name. I'm Dirk Kennedy. How are you? I'm low tech and limit my social media consumption options. Most of my friends say to a fault, but I truly enjoy both of y'all's camaraderie. Oh man. Yeah, mas, buddy. You're from Greece, huh, George? You are a legendary MFer, man. I'm going to give you the biggest bang boom because welcome to your name and the chat and all that stuff. And this, we don't give this out very often. Usually it's for the hundreds, but because you're such a swell fella. I'll give you Lenny, because you know what? I consider Lenny the zenith of accolades for the super chatters because of how much I love Leonard. I love Leonard Bernstein to a fault, and I could have loved him even more.
Yeah, you could have.
I could have.
Right place, the right time, the right party with the wrong drinks.
Right party, wrong drink. That's a great title for a country song, right? Right, wrong party, right.
It's like
what?
Bill Hicks used to always say, like,
Jesus
we're
Christ.
all men are like a couple of steps away from being completely homeless. The wrong bar with the wrong friends,
Wrong
the
bar with the
wrong
wrong
drinks,
friends.
and you fucking wind up completely homeless.
Isn't it funny to come up with a catchphrase that can translate like friends in low places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got friends in
Yeah,
low
I know
place. A big Garth Brooks kind of probably was the song that broke him, but
Mhm.
every person on earth could relate to that song. But that was an amazing thing. Can you give me that again so we don't forget it?
The right bar with the wrong drinks.
Right bar, wrong drinks. That sounds like date rape to me.
Yeah, all the shit.
Oh
can
shit!
happen.
Did I just say that word? Am I going to get in trouble?
No.
Isn't that word forbidden? I said broccoli
You
Rob.
say grape. You said grape.
Grape. I love grapes and I love broccoli Rob.
I keep saying grape a lot on TikTok because when people talk about October 7th, they go on about that, and I'm like, there is no evidence for grape at all. And so I have to use grape, or you use the bunch of grapes as a symbol.
Oh yeah.
Everyone on Instagram and TikTok, they just use code for everything. It's amazing.
I did not know that. I mean, I did not know that you can't.
There's a
say
code
that
for
word.
it's H group. You can guess who that might be. Who's the group that begins with H? So you say H group. You say watermelon for Palestine. You say grape
Watermelon Palestine.
for the other. You say SA for actual salt. And you say, it's all a big code. And at this point, they just speak it in like they're fluent at speaking in it just to avoid the algorithm.
Oh, what do you call the gays? Pink Panthers?
Gays aren't anything anymore. There's nothing new.
Nobody cares anymore.
Nobody gives a shit.
You know why? Because we ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it. There's nothing to do or cool or funny or interesting
anymore.
Now
It used to be so fun when we were underground.
It's
and
just
now
people
that
now.
just people now.
That's it.
So you young gays don't
Party's
know
over,
how
guys.
shitty you have it.
You're just people now.
It was so fun to be like on the sneak.
Now it's weird to be straight.
It's totally wrong to be white and straight. It's terrible. You know what? I'm racist.
What did you think of Sydney Sweeney and her?
Can I ask you a question? I don't really understand what is the kerfuffle here. What's the problem?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. What did you think of that whole problem?
She did a denim ad, right?
American Eagle jeans.
Okay.
And she's talking about her jeans.
Yeah.
My jeans are blue, and I have good jeans. Sydney Sweeney has good jeans.
And she looks unreal. She's got great cleavage in the shot.
Everybody goes on about her huge tits, and
I didn't say she's huge. I said great cleavage because she
has a good pair for the size of her. She's a small, very, very small
little
girl.
lady.
Yeah. I've seen her next to Anna Darmas and Vanessa Kirby, who I'm in love with.
I know you.
And they're all towering above her. She's a little tiny thing with these huge knockers. Good for her. And she's not afraid to use it and take advantage of it. So she's talking about her great jeans. And I think it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's also a little tone-deaf because it's American Eagle with an eagle symbol, and it's American, and it's the guy who owns it. Look into him. It's the whole staff, everybody. It's pretty sinister. So people are kind of going, well, that's not cool. I was thinking like it would have been the perfect commercial if they just used a beautiful black actress or a beautiful black model.
So what are they getting at, though? I'm still in the
God
dark
knows
here.
their fucking jeans are amazing. Okay?
Oh, we're talking about Americans don't have jeans. The only American genes are Native American genes, be
Right.
that
Well, everyone has genetics, so
right, but
I'm just
we're
saying,
European mostly. I have
it's
Irish genes,
it's just
100%.
it's just it's not wrong what they did. It's not incorrect. It's just a little tone deaf.
So is
It's
she
like,
insinuating
guys,
I have
come
great
on, don't do
American
that.
genes?
No, she's insinuating that she has blonde hair and blue eyes,
Oh,
genes.
Heil Hitler.
She's a blue-eyed blonde girl, and she has great genes.
No,
And
okay.
in
So
a perfect world where there was no history or about anything, we could just take it on face value. But unfortunately, there was someone who used to talk about blonde hair and blue eyes and
yeah,
genetics a
yeah.
long time ago, and that was
It's a
Mustache
Führer.
Man.
It's a
Mustache
Führer.
Man, by
It's a
the way,
Führer.
it was also code, by the way.
Mustache Man.
Mustache Man.
I just say Hitler.
Nathaniel says Vanessa Kirby's a really nice person. I don't need to hear that, Nathaniel, because I'm already obsessed with her.
How old is Vanessa Kirby?
The right age for me.
Oh, she is.
The same as Desi Liddick, the right age for me. So anyway, no, thank you for saying that, but I also, that's going to haunt me now because
what's going to, because she's a nice person?
The fact that she's also a nice person makes it harder for me to sleep because I know the fucking, who's my obsession? Sorry.
She might be a nice person until you guys get into a fight on Sunset.
Right. So, anyway, so that's the problem with the commercial. Now, here's the dark part of that commercial. It doesn't really matter what they really meant or if there was anything behind it. It looks like it was a dog whistle to attract attention to the brand, trying to create a little bit of, first of all, appeasing the maggots, right? Because the maggots are going to love that, right? The maggots are going to go, oh my God, it's great. You know, she's white and blonde and blue-eyed. So we love that. And you know, and all of that. And at the same time, also piss off a bunch of people. So they talk about the whole commercial, and then the commercial gets very, very famous because everybody's talking about it on social media. So there could be a darker element that they're just going, you know, let's throw this out like we're innocent, but we know we're not. And then everybody will talk about it, and then we'll sell all these jeans to all these maggots around America. You know, it's American.
I mean, it's advertising. It's meant to draw.
Yeah, do you remember
Balenciaga?
Balenciaga were doing all
that
edgy shit.
Yeah,
to draw attention. That's all. They don't
really
have any.
But like
belief.
all of a sudden,
you know what their belief is? Sell our fucking products. That's their belief.
That's it. It's
money.
That's
their fucking belief. They
that's
don't have
all
any,
it is.
They don't care about eugenics.
It's
or
Make
anything.
America Great Again hats, kids.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's merchandising. It's not. I mean, she looks great. The jeans look good.
Mm-hmm.
Buy these. You might look nowhere near as good as Sydney Sweeney.
It's weird with her because I find her to be an oddly pretty girl. Like
she's not pretty. She's sexy.
There's like 10,000 girls on Instagram I think are prettier than her.
She's not pretty.
She's an actress. She's a good actress as far as I can tell. She's good. She has strange eyes, like strange, weird moon-shaped eyes and eyebrows that kind of weird me out a little bit. I don't think she's not pretty.
Not your type at all.
Not
Christy
really,
Brinkley, 1981 is your type.
Yeah.
Uptown Girl is your type.
Right.
Tall, leggy, American blonde.
So the last
perfect symmetry.
So the last time American Eagle did a big thing on jeans was with Brooke Shields many, many years ago. And people are bringing that up. Excuse me, I'm eating because I'm fucking late.
Nothing gets between me and my Calvins.
Yeah, it was all that stuff, and they're bringing that up as well.
That was bad too. Brooke Shields 50 years ago. How dare you? I don't know. It's advertising. Advertising is made to. The only reason why we advertise things is to create awareness.
Right. So
but now we're saying it's Nazi.
Yeah, let me encompass what I think is wrong with it, because I think it.
Oh, you do think it's wrong?
I think the commercial is wrong.
Oh,
for almost the same reasons as the woke, if you want to call them that, think it's wrong.
oh,
I think they're playing on the fact that people will get outraged.
okay.
They're going, first of all, we'll play to the maggots because they'll go, oh, yeah, it's illegal to be white these days. You can't fucking be white. You know, Black Lives Matter is bullshit, right? All those guys are going to
yeah.
jerk off to that shit, right? Okay.
Sure.
So that's that taken care of. Then on the other side, they go, okay, all the woke, which all of that means is you have compassion for other people. That's all woke really means. They're going to go, oh my God, we can't believe this is modern Nazism messaging, like Third Reich
It's a
messaging.
stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch. But they're going to, inflame those guys. And my problem with it isn't either of those things. It's that they're doing it to sell jeans. They know they're going to piss off some people, appease other people, and they're doing it deliberately because they know they're going to stoke the flames and get everybody talking about them, which is exactly what happened. And now they've sold out of the fucking jeans. That's the sinister part of it. I don't give a shit what side of the fucking rails you're on. It's the fucking monetary side. Follow the cash, people. It's be all and end all. That's my stance on it.
Well, sure, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the ads. I did not see a commercial. I just saw the print.
It's a big commercial.
I didn't see the actual physical commercial where she says anything. I just
my
saw
God.
the pictures of her.
You might be the only person on planet Earth. Watch it now, but don't.
I'm going to watch it on another thing.
It's about 30. It's not even 30 seconds long. Just watch it on a different monitor or whatever.
Don't worry about it. You can't hear this shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Just.
Okay.
What if I ask you about Judy Garland's in 1951 or?
Because Sydney Sweeney is nobody compared to Judy Garland.
Okay, yeah, for sure, I agree. I'm just saying.
But I mean, it's just like
amazing.
right now,
you're living in the past. It's amazing. I love it.
No one will remember Sydney Sweeney in 10 years. No one.
I'm gonna go to Fano in 2 years' time, and it'll be you and Paul in beautiful suits with gorgeous ties, sitting at a cafe, smoking cigarettes and drinking espresso. Living in 1958.
I want that more than anything in the world.
Yes.
Hold on, here it goes. What?
Make it real. Make it real. He's watching the commercial right now. This is great.
First of all, can I say something? She's got no ass.
Did you finish the commercial? Is it that short?
It's that short.
Wow, it's only
she
10
walks
seconds.
around and she says, I'm not going to tell you to buy jeans.
No, hold on. You must be watching the wrong commercial. She's not walking in the commercial. She's
she's sitting in a chair. She gets up. She goes, I have great jeans, but I'm not going to tell you why. And then she goes,
oh, you watched a different one.
Oh, so can you send me a link to the actual thing?
Oh, fuck.
Come on. Come on.
You don't have a machine.
I do, but I looked it up and
well, look it up again and look for the big one.
Can I tell you about how annoyed I was? You don't like Rufus Wainwright, so it's not going to help me. Richard,
no, I don't speak. Don't speak to me about that guy.
Well, no, I'm trying to keep the conversation.
So go look for the commercial. Go look for the commercial.
Sydney Sweeney commercial, American Eagle. Okay. First of all, is there anything worse than American Eagle?
I know it's garbage. It's garbage. It's pure.
All right, I got a commercial. I got that portable AC commercial, which I found as total bullshit. Oh no. The problem is I'm finding
she's lying back and she buttons up her jeans and she's lying back in a super vocal fry, like jeans are passed down through the it's all of that.
The problem is getting the actual commercial and not people talking about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, hold on a second.
You found it?
She's a funny looking broad. She has got interesting lips. Can I watch it? Oh, feminist. Can everybody just fuck off? Can everybody just stop bitching about everything? You know, you can't put anything out without
I
pissing
can't
everybody.
find the actual commercial.
I'm actually trying to find this ad.
It's swimming in a bunch of videos. Wow.
See sweet commercial.
Just look up original video.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. It's everyone commenting on it. Eugenics.
Maria, they pulled it. Did they pull it? They pulled it?
Nazi propaganda.
You might have to watch it on someone else's thing.
Why? You can hear it?
Because Aria said they pulled it.
Oh, they pulled it.
That might be the reason why you can't. Well, if it's true, that's clearly
Doja Cat joined in. Listen, guys, if Doja Cat is going to throw her hat in the ring, we're in big trouble here. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's a parade of nobodies. Jesus Christ. Doja Cat. A bunch of gay ninnies love her and a couple of older men who want to bang her. But my God, that's ridiculous, Doja Cat. She's
okay, so ignore it because
I mean, I caught a bit of it where she zips up her pants and she goes, "My jeans are blue as my yeah."
Right.
Okay, so she's exterminating Jews in a concentration camp. That's what she's doing, right? That's what people are taking away from this. That she's the matron of Auschwitz. And she's, you know what I mean?
Well, you know that exterminating Jews in a concentration camp was started with an idea first. It's the idea that we should have the problem with, not the action that comes later. The idea is that some genes are better than others. I would argue that some fucking black genes are better than fucking loads of genes.
Yeah, like Ethiopian genes. And people like everyone from Africa who can beat us in every race and
exactly
like the best athletes.
You want to argue genes? Like, give me a break.
Iman, she's 70 and she's gorgeous.
Exactly.
I mean,
black don't crack, etc., etc. So, like, don't fucking hand me this genetics bullshit because it doesn't last.
Top Dog Jeff, can you send me the link to my email? You send me stuff every day. Please send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com. You know how to do that to me. Okay.
It would have been a great commercial had it been a beautiful black goddess with a perfect fucking physique like they all fucking have. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it would have worked. And no one would have complained except for the maggots. They would have been like, "Yeah, it's illegal to be white anymore these days," or whatever.
It would be so much easier for me to be. I'm so lucky I'm a gay dude, but it would be so much easier if I was a gay black dude.
Sure.
So it's so uncool to be white.
But it didn't because they pushed into the white, blue-eyed, blonde girl.
Yeah.
And I'd love it to be a nice, simple world where that doesn't mean anything in particular, but unfortunately, it kind of does. And she's
why are we so sensitive to everything?
She has great genes.
Okay.
It's a play on the word of genes, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I get.
So they're doing that.
I have an aunt who was crazy, and she used to take her kids' jeans.
I had nice jeans on today. I wore jeans. I had great jeans on, but saying I have great jeans, I
get that it's just so lame.
It's like an extremely tone deaf thing to do in 2025 with a blonde, blue-eyed girl and so on. She's getting a huge fucking lashback, and Sydney Sweeney Sweeney herself on TikTok was like posted a video like crying. She's in her
Oh,
fucking
come
house or apartment.
on.
She's
But
crying
look
because
at those Kardashian whores who have plumped up their arses and dyed their hair blonde, and they're trying to look for some ideal, and that girl actually just looks like that.
So here's another one. This one might really piss you off. So Billie Eilish played a gig last week in Dublin, in Ireland.
She is a smoke blower. Did she blow smoke up their ass?
So what happened is Billie Eilish, she was on stage. She hadn't played in Ireland ever before, I don't think. It was a big deal. And it turns out Eilish is a very Irish name. Eilish. I grew up knowing Eilishes, right? Eilish Kenny next door, or whatever, right? Sure. Eilish. It turns out that her parents named her after someone there in Ireland. They have Irish heritage.
She's second generation Irish American.
Irish American. So she's in Ireland, and she's like, I feel, this is great. And she goes, it's funny, like everyone around me, when I got here, everyone looks like me. We're all pasty white, Everyone looks like me. It feels weird. Okay, she's just pointing out the fact that she's looking at pasty white Irish girls with big tits, which is basically Ireland, right? And everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people took it as like, what do you mean? Like, you feel like you're with your own kind now? You're doing the whole genetics thing again? So now there's backlash against Billie Eilish for saying that.
But who's not getting backlash? Rosie O'Donnell for moving to Ireland and saying really bad shit about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. By the way, Jeff, thank you so much for sending me that link, but that is the video that I saw and not the video he's talking about. I saw the one in the chair where she gets up and she talks about her great jeans. He's talking about the one where she's laying down. She's like, my eyes are blue, my jeans are blue. Basically reiterating the mantra of the Third Reich and saying that basically the master race, which is not what
it could be interpreted as that.
Yeah, lots of things could be interpreted.
Yeah, right.
Sydney Sweeney, your career is over, lady. Remember those roles you used to get? Nobody's calling you because you're a Nazi.
Yeah, she's going to get canceled. So
she's going.
I don't care about Sydney Sweeney. I care about Billie Eilish because I think she's great.
Because she's great,
and all she was saying is like everyone looks like me. I'm blue-eyed and pasty and a bit, whatever she is.
Giant boobs.
Yeah, right. All that Irish shit, and and they're like, "Ooh, what do you mean?"
How about a celebration of Billie Eilish feeling like she belongs? She's part of a community. You know what? Everybody always talks about finding where they belong. That's the problem with woke cunts, is that they're constantly looking to cut down people. Like, she found her people. Isn't that nice? You know what, people? We have people. You know what? It's great to experience other cultures. God knows we all love to do that. But you know what? Sometimes when you find your people, it feels like home. And she felt that.
There's one brilliant, this black guy on TikTok. I can't remember his name now because it's too fucking late and too drunk. But this guy was like, all she said is like, I found my niggas. That's all she's saying. Like, he's like, oh, all you niggas, I found my niggas. Yeah, sorry.
We'll say that here.
Whatever. We're not gonna. What I say,
the new seekers.
The trolls will go after me now. Whatever. But he made a really beautiful point. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
I found
she found her people.
Yeah. It's like, that's no big
deal. The only people who aren't allowed to say that are white people.
Right. So that's the point.
Because we're all complicit in all the horrible things that happened all over the world.
Right.
We're all complicit in that.
So this is what's happening with Billie Eilish, and I hope it goes away. I'm not sure if it'll go away for Sydney Sweeney though, because it's made huge news, and it's not the right.
I'm not showing this picture, Andrew. Thank you so much for this. It's a picture of a girl who I don't know who she is. She's attractive. She's blonde and she has a large bosom. But like I'm afraid.
Andrew sent it to you.
Andrew said to me, pics Dirk.
Okay,
Don't
send it to me in the private chat or whatever.
Okay, all right, hold on.
You should be careful with Andrew.
Well, because he's a provocative, and he's very, very. He's a dirty boy. He loves to. He likes to mix it up. He's horny. Can I just say that Andrew's horny? Which one? Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
How do you do it in the private chat? I don't know.
No, it's easier. I'll just send it to your email.
Oh, to my email.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't want to. Your.
Oh yeah. Okay. Don't say it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it.
Okay.
Oh, it's Beyonce. Is that Beyonce? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have any idea. Beyonce hit me with a truck. I'd have to say she looks
and she's wearing jeans, but that might be an AI image because there's been tons of AI horseshit that's come out since then. No, that's an AI image.
Yeah, he said the ad work sold out. Pay her more money, the tears will dry up. There you go, Jeff. Yeah.
No, that's AI. What Andrew sent.
Oh, okay. I believe it's probably true. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, can we just stop it with the I'm so mad about shit? It's just like Sydney Sweeney is an actress. A company paid her, and she didn't say, I don't like black people or Chinese people, or I don't like Latin people. She didn't say, I hate gays or Jews. She said, my eyes are blue, my hair is blue. Big fucking deal. It's not racist. Stop saying shit's racist. When you say it's racist, it's ridiculous. She's not a Nazi. It's not Aryanism. It's nonsense. She's just an actress getting paid for an ad, like every other actress who got paid for an ad.
Yeah.
It's just such nonsense. Everybody's looking to knock everybody down. And this
is one thing, as lefty as I am, this one thing that annoys me about the left. It's like the overreach.
It's overreach.
Like, stop doing that, because all you're doing is handing ammunition to the right.
That's what we're doing.
Is for them to go, you see, they're all fucking nutbags.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? You just fucked everything up, you idiots.
She should have said, I'm Sydney Sweeney. My eyes are blue. My hair is blonde.
Okay,
so here's my jeans, I have a cock.
Interesting part. She goes like this. She goes, genetics are handed down through the generations or whatever she says. I'm paraphrasing. And she goes, it can affect skin color and then and personality and even eye color. She goes, and even eye color. And that's a weird thing because you'd think that you'd say skin color, eye color, and even personality. But she goes, skin color, personality, and even eye color, which is a little reverse because two of them are related and the other is a bit separated.
Yeah,
personality can evolve.
One is
depending on where you live and what you experience and so on. So people are picking up on that too.
I don't know. Black people have blue eyes, and Spanish people have blue eyes, and they have blonde hair. You go to Spain, everybody in Barcelona is a blonde. I don't know. People are just looking for a reason to bitch about everything.
They're also called American Eagle.
Yeah, well, that's a problem because that's the shittiest name for a brand I ever heard in my life. American Shield. It's like, being a band in the 80s and calling yourself American Steel. We're a metal band and we're powerful. It's a load of shite. Andrew with $10. I grew up watching Star Trek. Me too. I don't care if girls brown, white, green, black, or red, just follow James Kirk and nail it. And he did. He nailed the green ones. There's no racism. Roddenberry, one of the most progressive people in the whole wide world, in the universe, he refused to allow that because he said famously, he goes, evolved people would never think like that, right? Because he said that to the censors at CBS or NBC. He goes, evolved people would never think like that. They had a problem with the Uhura kiss, a white guy. That's the very first kiss on interracial kiss on TV. Was when he kissed Nichelle Nichols.
Gorgeous.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Wow.
And
And
little mini skirt and all that.
oh
I
my
grew up on
God. Well,
that shit.
first of all, Star Trek,
You think
those
I didn't
six,
look at that
that
shit
outfit was just
walking
crazy
around the
shit.
fucking bridge?
But and he said that, he goes, because do you think evolved people? And he goes, this, what year this is? He goes, you think they think like you do? And that was the very
I said it
first
on
thing.
my show last week. I quoted you because I was like, Dirk says around about now is a good time for the aliens to show up and
And
then
eat
or
us.
for them to be aggressive,
Sure.
because then all the colors melt, all the borders disappear.
Sure.
All of a sudden, your immigrant neighbor doesn't look that foreign anymore.
No, you know who they are?
When
They're you.
they're you, and now you have some lizard aliens who want to eat you.
Yeah.
You know.
I have them in Long Island City right now, but that's a different story. Once we get invaded by extraterrestrial beings,
Yeah, it's
we are
over.
fucked, and it's over because we'll all be like, I love Israel and Palestine, and I love
the Mexican who lives next door because
Yeah,
he
I
has a
love it.
gun, and I need that gun to help me
Yeah.
shoot at these lizard
And we'll
people who
all
came from outer
realize
space.
that, you know what, when you secretly had a crush on Nichelle Nichols back in the day, you should have just gone for it, but you didn't because you were surrounded by racists. Do you know how many people have, like, listen, you like what you like, and when people, I'll never forget this, and I heard this a long time ago, and you tell me what you think about this. Somebody said they were talking about some really good looking black dude, and I'm trying to remember what his name was. Shamar Moore. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's a very beautiful, pretty black guy. He was on a soap opera and he became a big star.
Great.
He's on FBI, whatever. And they were like, oh, he's hot, right? And I was like, not my type, but he's beautiful. And they were like, you're racist. And I went, what are you talking about? I'm racist. Like, you don't think, I said, I just told you he's beautiful, just not my type. And they said, not my type is racist. I was like, no, baby,
that's called overreach. And
it's overreach.
One thing, It's one thing that pisses me off about the left.
I was like,
The
I mean, you got to pick your battles, bitch, because you know
right overreach is ridiculous. Left overreach is ridiculous. Stop overreaching.
Yeah.
If it's not his type, leave him alone.
It's not my type.
It's not his type because you're attaching your idea, you're projecting your ideas onto the other person. You think it's not his type because he's black. Maybe it's just not his type.
No, that doesn't speak to me. I don't like
this is my problem with the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
I think it's a very important movement. I think it was very important that it happened. But I remember happening in real time. I was on a train up to Connecticut when it was actually happening. And I was like, this is overreach. Because people said, if you've ever been a subject of sexual extortion of any sort, whether it be rape in the workplace or even anything else, a comment or anything, then say Me Too, and hashtag Me Too, and everyone did Me Too. And I went, okay. So right now we have people who just went, I don't like that my boss winked at me, lumped in with women who have actually been fucking destroyed by,
Forgive
and
me.
I was like, this is a classic example of you fucking wankers. You're clustering everything together. And there's no logic behind it. And that's why I dropped out of the Me Too thing. I was like, no, hands in the air. I'm out.
I've always said that. I said, you know what? It's a disgrace because you're basically, it's Chicken Little. The sky is falling. There are actually people out there being sexually molested. There are actually people out there where crimes are being committed against them. But because of all this ephemeral bullshit, like this fake, like, he looked at me crooked or he said toots or whatever, we're
And he
deluding.
doesn't look like John Hamm,
Sure,
you know, because if he looked like John Hamm, then the fucking
what's the
wind-
difference between a date and rape? He's ugly.
This was that's simplifying it, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get the gist of it, but it is simplifying.
A
it.
woman I know
Or-
told me that, and I
My
went, I don't know if
problem-
that's true, but
My problem with it was that huge blanket. I'm like, you do realize now you're inviting a whole new animal into the room, and
Sure.
that is,
yeah.
you know, Dustin Hoffman getting, you know, accused of being, you know, for the Me Too movement, and Tom Hanks, and are you fucking out of your minds? Like, don't overreach.
Somebody recently said something bad about Tom Hanks, and I went, no, 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 no. I don't want to hear it. And it was like he was suggestive to her. I was like, I like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to believe that. I would never believe that about a guy like that. He seems like such a stand-up guy, and I'm not inferring or projecting or any of that stuff. But I read an article where somebody said something terrible about Tom Hanks. And I'm like, I guess it could happen to anybody. Like, listen, at the end of the day, you and I have talked on this show many times about all the different various guys like Kevin Spacey and Armie Hammer, and how at the end of the day, both of those guys were pretty much proven to be not guilty of what they were accused of. And no one has tried to set the record straight for those guys.
There is no one flying their flag out there because
No.
you know it
Kevin
doesn't.
Spacey's
It doesn't
an
make
old handsy
news.
queen.
Yeah,
And we've all been there.
That's
I've met
it.
a million of them. And like, listen, you know, when
he's
you get
not
a little
even
bit
that
older,
bad in that world. You know,
no, bro, you listen, when you're when you're a gay kid, and I had a million old queens try to grab my ass and say, how you doing, toots, and all that shit. But I'm a guy. It's different from being a woman, and I understand that.
Sure.
Of it. However, I would just grab their hand because I am a man, and I'd be like, you want me to break it? You know, that's what I would say. Instead of going, oh my God.
I mean, the good side of Me Too is that Harvey Weinstein and assholes like that went
Well,
down.
he's a
And they
cunt.
should have gone down, and
Yeah.
thank fucking God they went
Bill
down.
Cosby.
Bill Cosby and all those
Oh,
cunts, right?
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Christ.
I was just like, this is such a broad brush, a broad
mean,
stroke that's
guy,
happening.
Bill
I was
Cosby
like,
was a
be
great
fucking
looking
careful.
guy. He was he was a handsome man, and he could have had any woman he wanted, but he wanted them unconscious.
That's fucking mental to me.
That is
I understand Harvey
Wow.
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein because
He
you're
was
so
like a
ugly.
slug.
He's a slug. He's one of the ugliest people that's ever been on the
I can
planet
understand.
Earth.
I can understand why he
He's
would
from
want
Queens,
to manipulate women and so on.
my
Hope that
hometown.
guy rots in fucking jail, you know. But when they go after Dustin Hoffman because he hugged someone, Dustin Hoffman, he never did anything wrong to anyone.
Well, he's another nebbishy little ugly guy. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't
know?
believe that Dustin Hoffman did.
Did they?
anything.
Are they accusing Dustin Hoffman now?
No, that
Did I
was
miss
that
that?
almost got caught up. I remember because it was a storm. Do you remember? This is
Well, I remember everybody was.
years.
They were.
But
But meanwhile, can we talk about my favorite guy? John Hamm, like, shoved a broomstick up some guy's ass in college. You know,
right?
Maybe is he exempt because he's so handsome and talented? He hazed the guy. Was the cops came? They brutalized this guy. Shoved like I don't know if Europeans know about this, guys, but in America, in the college system, there are these things, these clubs like sororities and fraternities.
Yeah, we've all heard about it.
Yeah, and basically, in order to pledge to become one of them, you have to go through this ritual. It's called hazing, which is ludicrous, but it often involves, like, you know, putting clamps on your testicles and turning on the electricity or shoving a broomstick up your ass, or it's all crazy, bizarre, usually some kind of sadistic sexual thing.
I could never do. I was never into that.
I mean, because you have to be wired for that, right? So my question is this: I love John Hamm. You love John Hamm. Everybody loves John Hamm. But at one point in his life, was it the guy that threw the stones at the pigeon because everybody else did, or was he the guy that told everybody to throw the stones at the pigeon.
I don't know.
I can understand getting caught up in that maybe and regretting it, but he was admonished for that. No criminal charges were brought. And people tried to recently, when My Friends and Neighbors came and it was a hit, they tried to kind of derail his career by bringing that up.
Oh, really?
Is this guy in real life some kind of predator? Because listen, I know you're a heterosexual guy, and listen, I've been with girls and I've been with guys. It doesn't really matter to me. But at the end of the day, you would never, ever be able to physically take a stick and shove it up another man's ass. You would never be able, it's not capable of doing that.
Impossible.
Impossible. I know.
I never get dragged in by the herd.
No, me
There's
neither.
a herd thing that happens in society. I never get dragged in by that. And to my own detriment sometimes.
Yeah.
October 7th happened. And everyone's, oh, and I was like, no, hang on. And everyone's like,
Sure.
oh no. And now we're 2 years in, and the whole world is beginning to figure
that's
it
because
out.
you're an anti-Semite.
Like,
so why? Of course you
yeah,
said.
of course. And I'm like this. I'm like this.
Yeah, hold my
Now,
beer.
you're listening now, you stupid fucking pricks. So I've never been a herd guy ever in my life.
No,
I don't give a shit what the general herd think ever. If it comes around, then great, and then we're all together, great. But I don't give a shit. If somebody says to me, hey man, you'll be accepted by the crowd if you do this thing.
Yeah.
It's never tempted me in any way, shape. I've never been impressed by cool. This is one of the things that the band faced for years, and certain members of my band were influenced by it a lot. And I was never influenced by it. I'm like, I don't care if we don't sound like them. I don't care if that's the cool thing to sound like. I don't care. We'll just do our...
Yeah, you were into Interpol. Nobody cared about them.
Yeah. I was outside. I was just like, I wasn't outside. I was inside, but I was just like, I don't care if that's the cool thing to do. That's the cool way to look. How about we make the way we look cool?
Right.
Right? Let's not look at the way other people look and they're cool.
Their
and we'll
definition
try to
of
look
cool.
like them. Let's make the way we look the way cool is. I've always been in the other direction, and to my own detriment for many, many reasons over the years. You can't convince me of anything. You can't say, take that stick and stick it up the guy's ass because this is what we all do in this college. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go burn the college down now. How about that?
I would immediately report them all and film it because I've
always been that way my entire life.
Me too. Top Dog, who said he pledged, they folded them, made them do sit-ups, then somebody else would stand there with a tea bag. Most of the time it wasn't a tea bag, it was their own testicles when they came up for a sit-up. That's very, very odd, weird shit. I don't understand. First of all, who the fuck wants to be in a club like that? Why would anybody want to be a part of that?
It's exactly what you spoke about the time before where what was that story you told me about many times? Like the guy kills the bird or the dog or something because he has to.
The girl had the pet bird and she had no friends. She was rural, and then she finally got some friends to come over, and one of her friends started throwing a pebble at the bird, and then they all joined in, and then she saw how cool it was, so she threw the pebble at the bird, and then they killed the bird. So she
joined in.
She joined in and killed her own pet bird that she loved. And that destroyed my soul since I'm 7 years. I saw that when I was 7. And I was like, why would anybody do that? Why? You love that bird.
People do that every single day. You know where it's the most evident in this modern world?
TikTok.
Is the money world. It's the Wall Street Gordon Gekko cunts.
Yeah.
It's when people are kind of like, I want to make money, but I feel a bit guilty about doing the wrong thing, and guys get around them and go, don't feel guilty about making money, do what you have to do, and all of this kind of brouhaha horse shit.
Greed is
around
good.
God. Greed is good. It's a good thing. You should always be greedy. That is the most palpable version
It's
of
like,
that I've ever seen in my life.
always be closing, right? Always
Yeah.
be greedy.
Always be Gecko. All these guys who idolize Gordon Gecko.
Yeah,
Because he's like a character in their
that's
world.
so shitty, man.
And they go to the strip clubs at 6 p.m. in New York after fucking bankrupting some small.
All the blow in the world.
Yeah. I didn't know because sometimes the internet fucks up and we're.
Oh, you know what? I had the show because now that I moved my other computer on the other side, so it's kind of nicer now. And I was like, I have the fastest internet in the world, and it still looks shitty. Why does it look shitty? And then I realized that the viewer I was watching it on said it was at 480. I was like, I put it to 1080 and it looked fine. You can actually, why wouldn't they just broadcast it on YouTube in the highest resolution?
It'll go at the top resolution that it's available at for your download speed.
All right.
So I make 4K videos all the time.
Sure.
But some people see them at 1080p because they don't have the bandwidth.
Should we switch our live shows to 4K? Because I've got super fast internet here, but it's obviously not
worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
Now 1080p is.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. I think 4K is bullshit. And also, by the way, I just found out that the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, they cut a half an hour out of the movie, and you know what? That's kind of ruining it for me. Why would they cut a half an hour out of the Wizard of Oz? It's supposed to be, it's an 18K. It's the craziest shit ever made. But for some reason, they needed to cut 30 minutes out of the film.
So which 30 minutes?
Well, I don't know. So like it makes me wonder, like, why would I want to why would you fuck with that movie? Like fucking with The Godfather. Do you fuck with them? Do you cut them? Which movie you take the cannoli? You leave the gun, take the gun. What do you take? What do you take out of the Wizard of Oz? Can you? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I'm just rambling now. But
have you ever played Dark Side of the Moon and watched Wizard of Oz?
No, I have not.
I saw a video about that recently.
It's
there are crazy coincidences in timing.
Sure, why
they're
not?
Coincidences.
But I bet if you put Fear and Desire on and you put on Casablanca, there'd be a couple of weird things too. And you'd be like, wait a minute.
100%.
Rope, there's rope right there.
You're so right. All you need to do is smoke a lot of ganja.
Right, just look for the similarities and you'll
absolutely. I think you're
nonsense.
So right.
I remember the first time I ever heard the David Gilmour said, "What?" Nonsense. Andrew with another 10. Greed may be good, but having them put their friends and family on speakerphone as you tune them up to hear the prick apologize for his behavior is good. I feel like I just became privy to a private conversation, Andrew. Right?
I don't know what he means.
Andrew, you should explain that to me in a voice message.
I don't know what he means.
But thank you.
I
it's got to be. Listen, he's a player and a half. Here you go.
Top dog.
Andrew has this knack of hooking up with married ladies.
Yeah, whatever. The more a man talks about the women he sleeps with, the fewer women I think he's.
No.
Not
in that case. He doesn't do it. Doesn't do it publicly.
You don't speak about that. Sorry. Top dog won Wolf of Wall Street. Yes, but Wolf of Wall Street also had a deeper theme in it, and that was go for the easy money and things begin crack and so
penny
on.
stocks, baby.
It was a different thing. The fucking all that Gordon Gecko stuff, that was a different message. And I swear to God, Dirk, you and I watch Wall Street. That was the name of the movie, right? With
Wall Street.
Douglas, Michael Douglas, right? Charlie Sheen. We watch it and we see a craziness, we see a madness, we see a problem. But I swear to you that these Wall Street guys, they watch that film every fucking night. They jerk.
Oh, I know they love it.
And that's a Bible to them. They take it seriously. They go, money is good. this is, all of that. It's like a mantra to them. I fucking know that for sure. So this is the world we live in, Anyway.
Andrew, with another $5. If she has a unibrow, give her the Russian navigator. Any guy, wait, guys, we beat the horse dead. We only have 56 people left in the room, so I think it's time to leave the party. Leave the party before the host leaves. So, guys, thank you so much. Great show, guys. Thank you so much, Andrew, Dino, Gabari. Thank you so much, Ray, Andrew Wolkowicz, Nathaniel Hannon. I want more. Where's the gizmo shit? I'm getting worried now. Mike Hammer. Andrew, thank you so much. Chris on the Upper East Side. Oh, I didn't see that one. I showed up uninvited to Orsay, and Dirk still picked up the bus. You bet I did, motherfucker. Why wouldn't I? It was such a treat to have you on the show. Thomas Burnett, $9.99. Thank you so much. Andrew Wolkowicz, Nathaniel Hannon, top dog. Eddie, we love you, Eddie. George McGuire, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution tonight, and thank you for supporting the channel and your kindness. And we love that that's your real name, even though it probably isn't, but I hope it is. Andrew Wolkowicz again. Thank you, Andrew. You're like a superstar tonight. Thank you for fucking paying my rent this month. Holy shit, Andrew. You're out of control. Out of control. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Ush. What a great show. A lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
It was a little fun tonight. I don't think we've ever blown it to the point where we only have now we got 83. I don't think we've ever blown it down to 50 people watching.
Yeah, it was probably they're obviously Wall Street fans.
You and that goddamn Gordon Gekko
fans.
Greed is good. It made me hate Michael Douglas. He's a terrific actor.
And he's
I just like him.
We love him in Falling Down.
You know what my favorite Michael Douglas movie is? Well, Falling Down, yes, it's the greatest. I love The Game.
Oh, that's a great film.
It's a good movie, man.
Yeah.
Him and Sean Penn are great in it. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for a great show. I'll be back on Sunday for Sunday Mass. As you know, I don't know what his unpredictable schedule is. He might take you on a trip, take a ferry to Trieste.
I try not to
surprise them. I'm going to get on my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I will ride my bike. I'll get on my bike. I'm going to do it. I swear to God. I'll keep you all waiting, and I'm just going to post it and do it. It's not going to be like 2 days before you know it. I know it's time to mix it all up. But guys, thanks so much. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. Remember, if you encounter a Karen or a Gordon Gekko or any of these people that are just looking to exploit you, could be Chloe, could be anybody. You don't even know, because you get to a place and they're talking very quietly, and then you realize they're not going to pay the bill, and you got to put your hand in